Cheeks.
All right. We're back with another episode 4.
It's like,
Dairy disclaimer, we're back and we're here with another episode and we're about to go through some WWE predictions, some
and
new hip hop releases. So, if anybody who's been listening to the latest hip hop and whatnot, there's some new songs. Not a lot right now. It's really calming down. So it's a couple albums we waiting on, but as far as music, it's a little simmer down, at least for this week. Um,
facts.
we got two predictions to make for two pay-per-views. It's coming back to back. AEW All
Facts.
In and a WWE Bash at the Berlin. Now, keep in mind, I don't have they have not given us the full fucking card. So we're recording this now. This is what, a Sunday. So we're not gonna get the full card until probably the day of the pay-per-views. So keep an eye. I'm only gonna give you predictions and potential predictions that's gonna happen before they officially make the match card. So the
I
ones that
think they
they
added a match too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So the ones that they got already on both pay-per-views, we're gonna talk about, and then we're gonna talk about the potential matches that could be on there. From what we have seen from the past couple of weeks on Raw and SmackDown. And then other than that, man, that's it. We just chilling. We just having a conversation. So I'd like to introduce you to my co-host. One of my co-hosts is actually feeling a little bit better. So say what up to the people. Super Saiyan 420 Ace.
What up, what up, what up? Yes, finally. I feel way better. Can't believe that shit came back in this world, but fuck it. At least I'm still breathing. I'm alive, and I can continue talking shit.
And my other co-host, if I want to know about the Madden since it dropped, I want to know. Say what up to the people. Kadonis. What's good, my man?
He had a side.
Listen. We gonna talk about this Madden, man. Listen. EA. I like how the moment that we get a glitch that benefit the people, y'all want to go ahead and shut down servers, stop the game, bro. I was mid game and they shut down the servers, bro, because people are out here doing glitches, getting free cards. Like, bro, what that got to do with my win loss record? You gave me a loss, bro.
Free cards.
Bro, listen. In Madden, they got these things where you can own like tokens and all this other
Yeah, I know
stuff,
the
and
the,
then
the MUT thing. I know that.
yeah. So there was this glitch that they messed up on horribly. That when they did a release yesterday, they end up putting in the wrong sets. In this set, you need like 25 tokens to get like a free legend, to get like one of the high end free legend cards or whatever. The set was not supposed to be out yet, and the glitch that happened is that you can keep doing the same challenge over and over again, and it'll keep giving you a token. So people was doing the challenge, getting high end cards, bro. So we was out here eating.
Hold
The
on.
streets was flourishing.
Hold on. Y'all getting excited for 80 overall cards or 91
Whoa,
91 overall cards? Because
You
they
see,
don't
you
drop
sound like you're bringing it down.
Hold
Like, you
on.
sound
Because I know, because 2K does the same shit every year with their My Team. I know both systems. They don't drop good shit until like the end of the year. So y'all niggas is getting excited for cards that shit's gonna be useless in like the summer or the fucking beginning of 2025.
You see, but that's where, this is what you don't understand about this Madden, man. See, all the cards that we get actually matter going forward, though. See, there are these things called power-ups in some of these cards. So you need this card to go into the next card in order to get like certain boosts and whatnot. So most got value, you just don't know which one. The problem is, it ain't the overall of the cards, bro. It's the fact that it's so hard to get one of the higher overall cards because the pack odds is ass. And then even just playing the game, you can win a Super Bowl, bro. You not guaranteed a good pack at all. Like you're not guaranteed not even somewhat of a decent pack. Like, bro, I remember I won a Super Bowl, bro. I didn't pull nothing higher than an 81 in the month of April, bro. The game is about to be done in its life cycle earlier this year in the last game. I ain't getting nothing higher than an 81. So you really not guaranteed nothing just by playing the game. So if there's a glitch, we gonna take full advantage, bro.
But that's
EA
what.
some cheats.
But y'all doing this in the beginning of the year where cards are not even that damn stat. So the most, if you add power up, your card ain't coming out to be a 99 overall, where your card and all its stats is like 99. Like you can take a fucking CB and he can do a motherfucking, he could be the GOAT quarterback and shit.
This is how I know that you don't play Madden.
You right.
You don't play Madden. So you don't understand how Madden works. Okay, so I'm about to break this down in terms where you can understand. So let's say you took your 55 overall Dookie Brown shirt, 2K my part player. You ain't playing no career games like that. You probably play like one or two, get the certain stat that you want up there, probably threes, and that's it. You get on that court and you realize you can't guard nobody. You suck on transition D because your speed ain't even high enough. So you got to go find different alternatives for you to matter in that game. Nigga, that is literally Madden cards, bro. Nigga, if you don't got the high enough card out there at the time, it will get dusted. It is nothing that you can do. The way that game is designed is all based off speed and abilities.
So let me ask you this question: how much money you drop on Mutt?
On Mutt, I ain't spending money. Listen, bro, I went ahead and I did my pre-order. With the pre-order, you got a free 4,600 points. That's all I put into it, bro. Day one, because you had the pre-order, they juiced the packs up enough, so I was able to get me enough coins to get me a nice little squad, and that was it. Spending money.
You're telling me you never dropped not a single dime for Mutt. And if I'm correct, if people do know, Mutt means Madden Ultimate Team?
Yes.
Yes, sir. If I ever spent anything, I never bought like the big, gigantic $50, $100 packs. They will have like these sales in there. Sometimes you can get some for like $5, $10. Most I spent at once is probably like $20, just to probably get lucky. But I didn't play that game every single day online against people for it to matter that much to me to have the best team. I more so played it for like just playing it just to have it. I get to collect all my favorite players, put them on one squad, and when I felt like playing online,
it's like a digital card, collecting cards in a way.
Basically, that's basically what it is. Like, I'm not a try hard or super competitive to where I gotta get the best players at all time. Like, nah, I'm getting my favorites. I'm throwing on my favorite unis, and we gonna hoop when I feel like hooping. That's it.
I am guilty of spending money on my team on 2K because I spend. But I tell you one thing, I spend my money at the end when they release like good cards.
Everything, yeah,
when
all
they
the
start
99s.
releasing like the good fucking cards, like them fucking Galaxy Opals and all that shit.
And aren't there like variations of like the 99s? Because I remember when I used to play that, Shaq had like 3 different 99s.
Yeah,
LeBron had 3 different ones where one could shoot threes, but then another one was like a slasher, and another one was like a defender.
Like the GOAT cards, all of those. Yeah. So like literally, I spend money, but I do it at the end. Mostly my money goes into making fucking builds and for my
But here, player. I got a question for non-players that doesn't play Madden or 2K. Which is, while you do that, like, you know, doing the Ultimate Team or your team, my team, whatever it's called, aren't there any type of opportunity where you can even get those cards for free, or at least get those Madden points or 2K points to get them in game instead of purchasing it? Or it's just more of an unfortunate pay to win type shit?
No, there is a way where you can get the stuff. It's called the grind. It's a grind. It's a fucking grind.
Technically, that's all it is. You gotta play that game relentlessly. Like, even if you get some trash in the beginning, you gotta go right back in and repeat that cycle.
I tell you,
and hope you get lucky.
If you're let's say this, if you are a person who's gonna buy 2K, who don't want to spend any money, Basically what you're gonna do is you buy the game, you can make your my career player, and he's gonna be a 60, 55, whatever, overall, right? So basically, with that, you can take that and basically you can grind your life away. You have to really know life that fucking game in order to really get somewhere in that game.
Yeah, you gotta know life.
You can't play no other games. You can't play that. Now you can put it on rookie. You still gotta know life the fucking game at the end of the day. So it's
so
like,
I guess my next following question is, how the fuck do we end up here to doubt that has to be the case?
Well, content creators, 2K introducing VC 10 years ago.
Chris Smooth.
Just a bunch.
Chris Smooth.
Chris Smooth.
I wasn't gonna say no. But yes, certain content creators, fucking VC pretty much VC entering into the form of
Battle Pass, I guess you could say.
No, VC entering in 10 years ago, back in 2K 13. That's when it first came in. But it wasn't really as hard. But then the dynamic of my career started to change when it came to Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So in that era, that's when it starts to really. That's when the shit was really wrapping up, and it started.
I kind of figured out why them prices and why it went to this. Think about, you remember when the My Career came out and it looked like a cinematic movie? Think about how much that costed Take-Two in 2K to actually do at that time.
Maybe
they gotta make that money back, bro.
I wouldn't say that. No.
Like,
I think
do they not?
No. See, when it did that shit when they had Spike Lee bullshit, Spike Lee ass on that fucking game. That's when that fucking money started going up.
Yeah, and then they never looked back, bro, because they realized, oh, they gonna buy this, bro. Bro, I remember buying packs up in there, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, 2K, for whatever reason, buying packs out of those places, it was a little fun, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to buy them cars off the black market.
Hold on. I got a question, though. I got a question regarding this. Isn't there cause like I said, you know, I'm trying to communicate to the people that don't play this, that maybe wants to play, which is, isn't there like challenges or daily, weekly, or monthly challenges where you can still gain those points without spending money? Or is it one of those things where, you know, the challenge is there, it's just it's not enough, and it has no point but to be like, you know, I gotta buy this V points, or I gotta buy this mana points.
This is where it goes back to what I'm saying. It goes back to being a fucking grind. So regardless of challenges, there are challenges in the game that you can do throughout the city when you play 2K, when you create your character, but it's a fucking grind. And I seen people online who don't play this shit, who want to give it a try. They review it and they really shitted on this game because it's a fucking grind. So
for y'all experience, for 2K, for your side, J-Star, and then I guess for your side, Cardano's with Madden, can there be a way where, I guess I'm trying to say, can you convince me as an audience, as a non-playable sports guy besides FIFA, how can you convince me to buy this shit, or at least give it a good look where I'm not looking at it negatively or comparing it to like you know what I mean?
Wait, I got a better question. Can EA or Take-Two Interactive convince you to buy that game?
Well, I'll say this: EA can't convince me to do a daggone thing because they trash. What I can say is that in terms of your original question, they do have a lot of challenges. They added like a solo seasons and like solo battles for you to play, so you have the ability to earn things on like a daily and weekly basis. So Madden, they have that, but again, like J-Star said, it's a grind because you're not guaranteed anything out of any of the packs or the cards that they give you. So imagine you putting in all that work and you don't pull much of anything. It's right back to the grind, bro. So
slightly reminded me of GTA.
Yeah, so it's like the only convincing there that I can really do is if you like the sport, if you love the sport enough, and you're willing to make that sacrifice to go through the bugs and all the glitches, and you just want to enjoy something, buy the game, bro. Because you gonna complain about something. We all go to work every day, don't we? We don't like our job, but we be up in there because your satisfaction is getting paid
Got a
and you want
point.
to go.
Got a
So
point.
you
All
gonna
right.
play a certain
So,
video game, it's the same thing. You gonna be frustrated at it, but as long as you get some sort of
okay.
satisfaction.
I
So
say
here's
this.
a suggestion. Here's a suggestion, at least from a non-playable, Madden or 2K player, right? Instead of buying a game every year, because we just had this discussion even before we hit the record button.
Mm-hmm.
That okay, I get it with 2K, I get it with Madden. You get a new game every fucking year, and it's always either new graphics or maybe a new hit stick or a new dribble system, whatever the case may be, right? But instead of that, why can't these companies just upgrade the previous 2K or previous Madden and just work on that system to let it grow more and more? You know what I'm
Because
saying? Like,
the corporations. So I tell you, like I'm gonna allude back to what we were talking about earlier. I say this when it comes to like the GTA 5 series and whatnot. I said this: Take Two Interactive, they get damn near almost $1 billion quarterly every fucking year. Every quarterly in their quarterly year investment earnings that they get, it's damn near $1 billion every fucking year. Every quarterly investment. That's the combination of GTA 5 online with people buying the game or buying in microtransactions, in-game microtransactions.
Yeah.
Then they get all the money from fucking 2K with the combinations of my team, the combinations of just my career. So it's like it's that. So when 2K makes their game, they make it to where they have to recoup the investment. Now, to play the game, they make it for where people want to buy the game. They give you, it gives it this like a like a shit cake. Like you can't smell the cake. It doesn't really look, it looks so good, looks tasty, it looks good. But once you bite into that motherfucker, it tastes like shit. And that's what 2K is. It's a pretty fucking design with shitty elements on the inside.
That explains Madden to a T, bro. That's it.
and then I
That's it.
guess my
Because
follow-up final question about it for
hold
that,
up.
or your explanation.
Let me answer that question from Madden's side, from Madden's
Okay,
perspective.
yeah.
It's a little bit different. Madden gonna make that money regardless because there's no other licensed football game at all. So like I said,
that's the same thing for fucking 2K. There's no
yeah,
other licensed basketball game. So that's the
there is
real reason
no
why
competition. Yeah, there's nothing else to buy. So you
there's
gonna
no
go through that.
competition.
Yeah, and EA knows it, 2K knows it. They know you not going anywhere. And for once this year, EA actually did try to build something different, but they tried to build it on top of a pre-existing system, which is now causing a bunch of glitches. So now they're gonna have to build from the ground up, like you're suggesting. But of course, it's gonna cost a lot of money and time, which they don't have. Honestly, to build a video game is gonna take more than a year for them to do. They got to be looking into building a whole new system at least a good 3 to 5 years in advance. And let's be honest, EA has been cutting off employees, studios, all type of stuff.
All that
You
shit.
think they gonna take the Call of Duty route to actually build something different within a 3 to 5 year time span? If what they're doing now is already working,
And they bring in almost $100 million quarterly.
exactly.
The
They're not.
CEO just got a $25 million bonus, bro. You think he
Exactly.
gives a fuck about what the fuck you need to do to create a good, decent fucking NFL
They
game?
do not care, bro. They have put out the same thing year after year. Like imagine this, bro. Even phone companies have been doing this. You put out a product that has a certain feature, then you release the same thing next year and you take that feature out, and then you put it in the year afterwards talking about is revamped, and then you sell that as like one of the selling points.
It's the same thing with
Knowing
car
that it's the
companies.
same thing. That's exactly. It's already there. You just took it out and you put it back in just to sell that product as if you did something different to it and you didn't. All
But
you did was just change the color of it.
the thing about the issue about the car companies, the phone companies, the television, all
Yeah.
all of that, people know that it's an expense. You can't just drop
Mhm.
40 grand on something every year. So they
No.
know that. When it comes to video games, the expenses for some people, regular average folks like myself or others, they'll drop a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 200, maybe 300. But that's it. They not finna spend like 4 or 5 grand. Niggas on like the wells for 2K and Madden. Niggas spent over fucking 10 grand on these games. And I was like,
ridiculous.
that yeah, but they got the money to blow it, but they blow it on that. You know what I'm
Oh, I
saying?
know. I
So
mean,
they
that's the same thing with the whole Fortnite community as well. It just falls in the same category where spend so much fucking money off of something that, in all reality, is pointless. But I cannot hate. And even if I fucking dislike it, but I cannot hate that if it makes the person happy for it, then what comments can I make to make a difference on that? If they want to spend that much money to fucking buy a dance, or I guess in y'all case, a fucking player that's I guess dominant in the field or on the court, and it makes the person happy for it, cool.
And it's
But
their money.
It's their money, but I just wish it can. I'm not saying like go back how it was back in the day would be nice, but just a lot more consumer friendly than anything. Even though that's just very hard to do because it's still a corporation at the end of the day.
You know what?
Corporation don't talk about nothing except making money and how to spend our money.
A famous YouTuber, I'm gonna throw his name out there, the Black Hokage, he actually talked about it on his stream a couple of days ago. If you follow his channel, Hokage Highlights, he actually talks about the reason why gaming will probably never go back to the way it is, because gaming is mainstream. It really went over the threshold. It was mainstream due to Call of Duty, but it really took a traumatic stride since 2020. Since 2020, when the pandemic happened, it really took a huge stride. So gaming has been literally out of here. And what made it worse is corporations, which is 9 times out of 10 salesmen that are in these corporations that are like, they're not gamers, they're not people who love video games, they're motherfuckers they're salesmen. You know what I'm saying? Like the CEO of EA, he's a salesman, he's not a gamer. He's not
a gamer at all. They do not care, bro.
They don't care. He's a salesman.
They don't look like gamers at all. They look like people who be on yachts all day just talking about how they gonna make the next $1 million.
But the crazy thing is, the studios that have the people who love video games, who love playing these video games, they don't have the funds. The salesmen, they do. So they look to monetize the game in any way possible because they're pretty much giving you the money, so they need to make their investments back. So
facts.
It's the fucking, like I said, it's mainstream. So it's like when 2020 hit, what was everybody doing? Everybody was streaming. Why? Because everybody was trying that. Everybody who tried it, they were still doing it. People are still doing it to this day. People quit their jobs. Everybody was working at home. Everybody was at home. Like, you know
people
what I'm
ain't played video games in a minute. Started playing again too.
There are regular people at home now that's working at home that hasn't went back to work since 2020. Like they haven't went into an office since 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Going back neither.
So, and people are like, they are accustomed to living that life that they have, built in since 2020, since the pandemic, that they can do what they want. They can feel like, they have a structural balance at home while they're working. So at the end of the day, it's like these corporations, it's not going to go back to what it used to be. It's not going to be consumer friendly. It's going to get worse from here until it drops off, until something else comes around and just be like, all right, well, we're going to be the revolutionized gaming company that's gonna like not be like EA, not be like Take Two Interactive, not be like Embracer Group, not be like, you know, this such a gaming crew, you know what I'm saying? But right now the only thing that you gotta pray for and hope in for is studios,
I
independent
mean, yeah.
studio, indie games.
That's
Now
exactly what I was about to say, bro. We gonna need some studios because if you notice, a lot of these studios either got absorbed or the cost of making these games are too expensive for them to keep open once they do drop that game. Like,
now I love the fact that Epic Games with their Unreal Engine 4 and 5 is available for a lot of these studios, these indie studios, to utilize and use. Now the big corporations, they use it because they want to push the technology and the quality, but some of these indie studios, they're going to use it. So 9 times out of 10 you're going to see a lot of these companies, these indie studios, probably push out a lot of those, you know, quality looking games, like, but mainly you won't see it until if you're a PC gamer, you'll see it on PC. You'll see a whole bunch of those games on PC. But if you're on PlayStation and Xbox, it might have to take a little bit time before it really goes in, and then it has to be like a budget behind it. So like something like the game that we're finna see come out tomorrow, which is Black Myth Wukong. That's a game that's developed by a indie studio, which is Game Science. A brand new fucking studio coming out with a big fucking game that everybody is fucking hyped for right now.
I'm just hoping they don't fall in the same black hole as in Helldiver 2, for example.
I doubt it.
Well, no.
Think about it. Remember, Helldiver 2, about what was it, the first 2 months, everyone was either talking about it or playing the shit out of it.
This is true.
This is a savior.
They were praising it.
This is different. Yeah, they were praising the shit out of it. Now, in August, what day we in? August 18th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking about that shit no more. The player count on stream is fucking low again.
Well, that's because I want to say Helldivers 2 has a has a partnership with PlayStation. And that's probably one of the issues with that. I don't think Black Myth Wukong is gonna have, like, they have a partnership with PlayStation, I think. I'm not too for sure, but because the game's coming out on PlayStation for console players. So anybody who's finna play that game is coming out on PlayStation, Epic Game Store, and Steam. If you have a PC, you can get it on either Epic Game Store or Steam. If you have a console, you only can play it on the PlayStation 5. It's not coming out on Xbox for some odd reason. I don't know why. Not yet. We don't know the announcement, but we'll see what happened. But
it could have the same time exclusive. Like the first game that really pops in my head, unfortunately, about it would be a Crash Bandicoot. It took a year, and then the Insane Trilogy came out for all other consoles.
No, I think my first.
It could be the same thing.
I think the first thing that I think of when it comes to time exclusive was Destiny. When Destiny first came out,
that was another one.
I think now I don't want to say time exclusive. I think they had like mission exclusives that came out on the PlayStation instead of, and then it took like a year later to come out on Xbox.
It didn't even matter by then.
No, it didn't. It really didn't. And they did it again with Destiny 2. But
which is stupid.
Yeah,
bro, I'm trying to get my hands on this game tomorrow, bro.
But like I said, like the gaming industry is not gonna go back to what it is. So
hold on. Wait a minute. I hate to cut you off.
Okay.
Their game really $59.99 and then the digital deluxe is $69.
No. Yeah. Because you're getting like two different.
We may be going back to those prices that.
Hell
no.
No.
See, that's another thing. Ever since PlayStation 5 and Xbox came out, prices it's going to be nasty. That's going to be set for certain games. But like certain games that don't see it, maybe like the next entry in Black Myth Wukong comes out and then it's gonna go to $70. But for right now, it's only $60 because it's an indie studio and there's no like really support behind it. It's going to sell. I hope it sells because I want that studio to succeed. The game looks dope from what I've seen. I hope they get a chance to make another one, or if not, give us a DLC. I want it
Need
to
a
be.
DLC.
Matter of fact, I wanted to get it the same treatment that Elden Ring got when Elden Ring, because Elden Ring got this massively high
Out of nowhere.
enthusiast fucking
It was
treatment.
successful.
Baldur's Gate got this same kind of treatment. I want that game to get that kind of love. That way it can get DLC. Because now
It will, bro. You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I've seen an increase of people wanting soul-like games, bro, that they have gone back to play Bloodborne before they're playing any one of these other games. Just
It's
to
not
get a
even just
basic
that. It's not
understanding
even
of what's
just
going
that.
on.
It's not even just that. I think what it is as well, that it's actually a little bit more important than Dark Soul type of game, is single player games. Like for me at least, I've been seeing a lot more single player games, like almost like a renaissance, I guess you could say, of just single players coming out. You know,
I think it's
because
because it's also that we old now, bro. We
not
ain't
even
trying to
well
do.
that too, but not even just that. I look at it this way, like because we had that. I can't give an exact accurate of date frame, but we'll say I say from 2010s all the way till we'll say till now. What's been the dominant into the whole what you call it? I guess the whole world of gaming would be always fucking multiplayer.
yeah,
And it's either has to be either team
live service
deathmatch.
is live service.
There you go. Yeah, live service. It either has to be team deathmatch or it has to be a fucking one
Battle
versus all battle royale. Thank you.
or a
You
battle
know,
pass with a battle pass
or
attached to it.
with
I
a battle
hated
pass,
that
right?
battle royale
Right.
phase. Oh.
Versus nowadays, like that Wukong game. That's a single player game and it's already having so much hype, which I'm very happy to see.
I'm
Or
happy to see
you're
that.
having like another previous game that came out not too long ago, but we'll give it some time. We'll say Alan Awake 2, for an example.
I
You
got a good thing. I want to say
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying, like it seems not semi. Single players is probably finally making a freaking comeback that people been yawning for a while, because it's like you know like what my man Condonis was saying. Unfortunately, we're all getting old. So
Well,
the time of us getting old, we ain't having that much time to game all fucking day. And for me, I'd rather play as a single or by my goddamn self type of game versus a bunch of other people that either stress the fuck out or a bunch of sweats or a bunch of wannabes thinking that they're esports, but then honestly they're just trash, like vice versa, like all that crap.
I mean,
And
I say this. I'm different. I like to play both. Like sometimes I
I
like to
think I
play.
do too, but I think I prefer more single player. Like, give
I,
me a
I
world or give me a story where it turns my brain off. I don't have to worry about the outer world for a bit, and give me that enjoyment.
Because sometimes some single player games, the way they design it, motherfuckers, you see people who play the single player games and they want to play it on the hardest difficulty, and then they show it off and they want to sweat.
Let them show it off.
Or there's
Let
no
them show it off.
or there's no difficulty in the game from the start, and you're playing it and it's hard when you get to a certain level in the game. So it's that when it comes to single player games, certain single player games could be fun, certain can't. I like both because what it does for me in the sense of me liking both is I like to play a little bit of multiplayer. Like sometimes when I get home, I just want to shoot some shit, or I want to beat somebody ass in Tekken, or beat somebody ass in Street Fighter, or if I have a really good game, if there's a good game in single player, then I'll play single player. But for me, I need that single player game to be story driven. I don't need it to just be gameplay with no story, and then it's like textile and I gotta figure out what the story is. I'm not gonna play. I'm sorry, I'm just not gonna play that shit, because you're not giving me a story. You're just giving me a bunch of gameplay and it has no story. So it's like, then on top of that, you giving me gameplay with no really conclusive or any concrete story to it, and you're charging me $70. I'm like, I'm not spending that motherfucking money for something that don't got a story to it. Like give me a story. Put some cinematic cutscenes in there. Put some CGI cutscenes.
In other words, give you something that's
that that is a value of that price that you're asking me for instead of
Yeah.
just gameplay. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna knock on gameplay, but I want to have both. Like we have as gamers has been getting both for a very long time. I don't want to just go back to one and not have the other. Like I don't want to go back to that. I'm not gonna prefer one over the other. I prefer to have both. If you giving me a story and you giving me gameplay, give me story and gameplay. Don't give me one or the other. Give me both. So
Oh, which one you prefer more?
I'm not preferring nothing. I prefer both.
I try to throw it off. But no, I mean that's just. But no, in all honesty, that's just how I feel about all games nowadays. It's like you only get one thing or the other. You mostly do not get both. You know, like I feel like the one that gave us both, even though I have not played or even beaten it, would be the God of War series, the new ones.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun with those. Those good.
Which I know, but that's just using them as the example. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I say this: the average gamer is pretty much in their 30s now because of millennials, because gaming really had took off during the 90s. So any kid that grew up in the 90s,
I'd say more of early 2000s.
But we're 90s babies. So like literally we grew up playing. Our first game was the Sega Genesis or the PlayStation. Literally the PlayStation is really what revolutionized gaming. So everybody had that. And then the early 2000s the PS2 came along.
I don't know. I felt like it was more Nintendo 64, but I get what you're saying.
No, I'm not gonna say the 64. I'm not gonna say that. Like the 90s, PlayStation was dominant. Not dominant, but PlayStation and 64 were like pretty much on hand in hand. They were out there. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're out there. Like the games that didn't come to the 64, it went to fucking PlayStation. Like we got both.
Yeah, or vice versa. And then nowadays it's like, which I'm kind of glad that you don't. Gaming is not looked upon as a nerd thing, or you know, something that's always been talked down about. Nowadays,
I didn't know.
I'm just saying nowadays. You gotta understand it. You gotta look at it the outside part, like because we're gamers. We don't look at it that way.
No, you're right. But there are certain aspects that it's always gonna, not to the masses because it's mainstream now, so it's not that. But there are certain parts in gaming that is like nerd shit. And I'm not saying that. That's still gonna but you're saying as a whole, and yes, as a whole, because everybody plays
video games. It's more open. It's to a point where now, you know, people don't look at it wrong. Where it's like, oh, video game is like a hobby of mine.
No, unless you're
versus. That's what I'm saying. Or let's say you want to do it professional. Now you can say it professionally nowadays. Like, oh, I'm trying to master this game for esports. And it's to a point now, if I'm correct, is it next year or whenever the fuck the next Olympics is, we're having esports in a fucking Olympics. Like, for some that'd be like, oh, okay, but if you really look at it, that's humongously huge for the community.
It's
even though it's gonna be some bullshit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it won't be bullshit. It's always gonna be some bullshit.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
The bigger picture of it is that, holy fuck, video games at the Olympics. Who would have thought? Just like this year, who would have thought skateboarding would have been part of the Olympics, and it's part of the fucking Olympics now.
What, this year? That's where it was. I mean, but it's because X Games came around like 2000. So
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. X Games, they had to come out with that by their goddamn self.
Yeah.
To make X Games. Just like how us in video game terms, like Evo, we had to come up with our own big shit, and now Evo is one of the biggest fucking competitions in the world.
But like
beforehand, go ahead.
But the esports genre kind of it's what ruined a little bit of the gaming. Even though it brings it to a broader audience, it kind of ruined gaming. It ruined like certain aspect of gaming.
It ruined because it got bigger. Because now that it got bigger, that's mean now you're dealing with promotions. But then not only promotion, now you're dealing with corporations. And when you're dealing with corporations, now you're dealing with big ass money that honestly, even though you made it, or let's say we created esports, we're making the fucking big money here. But now that we have corporations, promotions, and other oceans that's in that motherfucker, we're making the money, we can try to pretend that we're flossing on the money, when in reality, it's not even our money.
I don't know.
But that's just how this corporation shit works. Like I said, it's great that we have a big ass platform now where anybody and anywhere can watch fucking person get dunked on or get squashed on or, meet some cheeks they didn't want to see in a fighting game, but unfortunately they did, right? But then you have the con, which is everything is unfortunately not the way how it used to be. AKA, everything is fucking corporate. Everything is controlled in a way. It's not 100% us doing the thing. It's not just the gamer. It's unfortunately every fucking thing else.
I mean,
my bad for the rant, but that's just how I feel about these corporations, man. Fuck them, bro. They just.
You always gonna do a rant. It's not gonna really change. But it like.
Did you see where I'm coming from, though?
Yeah,
it's
like I said, the average gamer is 34. Like I said, esports, it does bring a broader audience to the thing, but it also causes the issue of corporations focusing on that and not the game itself, and that's my issue. When it comes to multiplayer, single player games, we already know where that goes. You can't really try to monetize it. Now we have seen motherfuckers try, and they get their ass beat for it. They get called out. They get called out for that shit. So they know not to mess with folks' single player games. So, but when it comes to
single player game does that bullshit.
Yeah, but multiplayer games.
Example, give me an example. Like what single player game did that shit?
Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, that's what that. Yeah.
They called his ass out. They called his ass out for what the shit is. They nega bombed the shit out on Steam. Them Steam reviews, they nega bombed the shit out of Dragon's Dogma 2 when I saw it.
Give an example for some audience that are listening that don't know about this shit. Like, what made them to the point like, fuck these motherfuckers? Why are you doing this to one single player game?
I don't know. I forgot what it was. Let me pull it up.
I think if I remember one, it could be this game. It's not a different game. Where, hey, I want to rebuild a new character. Oh, you got to pay $5 or $10 to do that shit. And it's like, why do I need to do that? If I want to start a brand new single player game, why do I have to pay $5, $10 to do so?
Yeah, I think that was
that it's a game that I own. I think that was that Dogma shit that had that.
Dragon. Yeah, I think that was the thing. That was more of the issue that people were having a gripes with. And I was just like, yeah, that's a you kind of put that. The other issue for me, from what I was seeing, was the what was the fucking thing that I saw? It was the fact that the what was the player, the director or the whoever's like the lead director of the game, the developer, one of the developers came out and said he was just saying that your game doesn't need fast travel and it doesn't need that and whatnot, and so it's like, okay. And then when people played the game, number one, people who played the game on consoles had to play this shit basically at 30 frames per second. People who played on PC ran into certain areas where the shit is like glitchy, bugged, and everything. It's currently sitting at a mix, so it's like 50-50 right now. So a lot of people are really they just it really hurt it when it first came when it came out. It really hurt its chances of doing what it was supposed to do when it came out. So like I said, man, it's sad, man. It's sad, but it is what it is.
In the words of that movie, Hustle and Flow, but I'm gonna just switch up the words. Nigga, it's hard out here for a gamer.
Nah, not really. It's just hard out here it's hard out here for some of these developers who think they can get away with bullshit. That's what that is.
Yeah, but then it is hard for the other developers that actually do give a shit.
Yeah.
That unfortunately, like another good example for that one. I might get some shit for this. Mortal Kombat, for an example. That's it's like hear me out, and you can throw the negative at me later. It sucks that I know they give a shit. Let's say with their costumes or characters, whatever the fuck, right? We're getting a brand new story next month. I'm actually a little excited for it, but
Not be ass.
not even just might not be ass. Now, I don't think it'll be ass, but what's ass about it is that I got to pay a brand new fucking full price game.
Bro, I don't even want to talk about that part, bro.
Right.
I-
Here's no. Hear me. Hear me out. Like for them, for the developers, they're very excited. They're very happy. It's a brand new story with a couple new characters, a couple costumes. Boom! We're excited. That's one part. The unfortunate other part is now you have the corporation where it's like, nigga, let's put a price tag on this shit. Because there was words that they were going to work on this shit and just give it out because, here's our work and you love playing our games, or at least, for other people, hey, you're playing my game. Here's this new content. It's a continuous content and, we want to give it to you. Then the bad hand is we'll give it to you for this amount of price. It's like, the fuck? And you could tell the love is there because, they're giving the animalities for free. But I guarantee you, if it was a corporation's idea, they'll charge that shit too.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that's because that's WB as a whole.
Yeah, that's definitely WB.
Oh, that's WB. That's what I'm saying. Corporation.
I'm not even saying on just for the gaming stuff. I'm saying as a whole. Like WB has been really going through some rough times as far as making really dumbass decisions.
Yeah.
So it affects all across the board. Television, gaming, all of that. The subscription services, all that, it's affecting everything. So it's it has been making some dumb decisions as a whole. So I'm not excited for that game. I'm gonna wait. I'm not finna buy it, but I'll probably cop it when it goes on sale, but I'm not excited for it. I'll watch the story from somebody else who's gonna put it up. So if you Gamers Little Playgrounds, if you don't like buying video games but you like story, yeah, go to his channel. He really he plays games for you and shrinks it into cutscenes, and you can watch a whole 2-hour movie on YouTube.
It ain't the same experience, bro.
I'm not playing.
But I get it.
No, the way they did Mortal Kombat, bro, is just not for me, bro.
So you ain't like the story?
I didn't say I didn't like. I didn't say that. I didn't like the story. I just don't like the gameplay. And
the gameplay is ass.
Exactly.
Yeah, the gameplay is.
I can't. I'm not touching that gameplay.
I've tried, bro, and I've tried again, but these assists and then people down poking the assists, and they can do different combos, but it's really the same. It's really just the same combo with an assist.
And they're getting a story that's good, but it's not going to be good enough for people that want to sit there and play it. Now, here's the other thing that I've seen from Mortal Kombat. They have not shown any camos that's coming out. They haven't talked about camos. I don't know if they're going to release it.
No, I think they confirmed that for this one, it's only focused the story and those 3 characters, or at least the other characters. And for the cameos, that's just, we're not going to have any for this season, or they're just currently working on it and they're just going to bring it out when the other famous characters, I guess the guest characters, come out, which is, remind me if I'm wrong, Ghostface,
Conan the Barbarian, and the T-2000. I think that's what the name is.
The T-2000, yeah, from Terminator 2.
Liquid Man. That's his name.
Liquid Man, yeah. And honestly, that's what he was.
Liquid Man.
Right, those are cool, unexpected, or not unexpected, but very out the blue characters, to say the least.
Ghostface?
And, I mean, you can't be mad at Ghostface, though, because everybody thought fucking Jason wasn't going to be that great, and he came out one of the top dogs.
But that's different, though, bro. That's Jason.
I get it. Wait. Before, I know he already about to jump. hold your horses, my friend. I get it. It's a whole different game. The gameplay for Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat X,
Face.
was fire.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm not gonna talk about that. They had Freddy
you gonna-
Krueger in Mortal Kombat 9, which was okay.
Mhm.
Fire.
Jason
He's
in Mortal Kombat 10, Leatherface in Mortal Kombat 10. That's cool.
God tier.
I didn't have an issue with that. They make sense. Like if they can get Hellraiser and Mortal, I prefer Hellraiser over fucking Ghostface. We're talking about a nigga that carried a knife and stabbed fucking people. Like so, it's like
That's
what are you going? What's the next? What's the next person?
We thought that was going to be the same way, or we had the same opinion, I will say, when it showed Terminator or even fucking Rambo.
But they turned out
came out all right.
But Rambo had guns, so we already knew what Rambo was going to be. Terminator had guns, and yeah, I wasn't like
but he didn't have combo, or even RoboCop.
I wasn't upset with the fact that they had those characters in, because I knew they had, from the movies, they had certain elements of what they can do. Ghostface ain't got no damn element. The man got a fucking knife. He just stabs people. And then you take off the mask, it's fucking weird motherfuckers that's been chasing after a fucking teenage fucking girl that rejected them in high school. So he's
not even the same person, bro. It's like different people.
It's different fucking weird ass people that play that shit. No, that's the same thing. Like, I Know What You Did Last Summer. They're gonna put the Hook Man in there.
Nah, that's stupid. You better put in Candyman if you gonna do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, put some good ass horror movie characters. Put the
even
it
Chucky, bro. They could have
put that nigga in there. Now he might be a problem because he's short, and he might be a huge problem.
If Ferritor from Ferris in it, they could have made him like a cameo character.
That's what I'm gonna say. I think if they just do decide that for Chucky, I think he'll be a perfect cameo character instead of a full blown character, because
you just throw Chucky on somebody, you just get to stabbing away on you, bro.
But I'm saying, like, all the horror characters that you could have put in that game, you put.
Yeah, you chose one of the worst ones.
I understand that mask is very iconic. I get it. But that character is not.
You don't know that.
But let's get the fact that mask is only iconic because of Scary Movie, and I'm gonna leave that. Once the hood got a grip of that mask, and Halloween came around, he went out to Party City. What mask did everybody cop? That had the little blood bag at the bottom that you can squeeze on to make the mask bleed.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
hood. It was us. That's the only reason why we know that mask. You ask anybody the name of one character who was behind that mask, we can't tell. Because I don't know that dude's name at all.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know the dude's name, but I know the actor.
And then the movie, the latest movie for Scream that came out, it's a different fucking person.
Exactly.
So it's like, I'm in my mind, bro. That character really made no sense to me. But he might be the best character in Mortal Kombat 9 with a whole bunch of combos and whatever. But it just, for me, as a makes sensible part of a horror movie, he's probably the lowest
least
on my
sought
list.
After.
Yeah, I mean, true, but like I said, an example to at least give you an idea of his little movesets is a indie game. It has pretty much the same concept as Street Fighter, and I think it's called Horror Dome.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like all the horror movie characters are in there.
Yeah.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, you had it right. It was like Horror Dome, but there's like another part to it.
Terror Dome, excuse me.
Terror Dome. There it is.
Yeah, that will actually give you the perfect idea on how this fucker can kind of fight. You know? Because, yeah, don't get me wrong. Y'all are absolutely correct. You know, what the fuck is he going to do with a fucking butter knife? But if I'm correct, from other movies, he did use different weapons, so that could be another thing to do.
He did use a garage door as a weapon before.
Garage door, I think he used a golf club, if I'm correct. Trash
bag. He has a little bit of cunningness to him, you know. He's a little bit, but here's the problem. We don't know that man's name.
Man, stop.
Ghostface.
Man, stop. That man's iconic with his fucking knife. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. The garage
Like I
door.
Michael
said,
Myers in the
like I
game,
said.
bro.
That's like saying
Mike
he used
Myers
them.
would have been a better fit.
But that's like I'm saying. What I'm saying is, just like from the previous game, what the fuck is RoboCop gonna do?
RoboCop had a
came out pretty
gun.
alright.
RoboCop had a
RoboCop
gun.
had
Okay, so you're
weapons
telling
and
me
missiles. and-
Yeah, RoboCop had a weapon.
He has a gun.
He has a gun,
Same thing
missiles, and he had a shield. But he was basic. He wasn't as
That's what
100%
I'm saying.
great, but
That's
he
what
was
I'm saying.
basic. But he was
Basic.
iconic.
He was a good
He
basic.
was good enough though. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He was
And that's why I'm comparing it for him towards Ghostface.
I just
I'm
don't
not
see
saying
that for
Ghostface is gonna be
Ghostface though,
good.
because what does Ghostface offer that Kano didn't? That's literally the character that we finna get. It's the same character. Because you remember Kano had that knife in NKX and MK11. He had a knife.
Yeah,
He was just stabbing people all game.
tactical knife.
It was just straight knife combos. So the only thing I can see Ghostface doing is that they'll be less acrobatic and just more devastating. Like he's gonna stab you and pull all the way up and then pull off and kick you off or something like that. More damage. I just don't see
mini gameplay of his.
Yeah,
Like,
I just don't see anything with him that's gonna make me say, "Oh snap, he needed to be in Mortal Kombat." Just because you're a horror movie character, don't mean you're a Mortal Kombat character.
All I'm gonna say is, I don't give a damn if he's good or not good. I ain't touching that game no way, so I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing it for the story mode, and that's about.
I mean, that's how I'm doing it. Doing it for the story mode, and then probably do a couple rounds with Kadonis, because he's gonna try to throw me on one of them bitches that he likes to call.
It might be Quan bitches. It might be Quan. It might be Quan. I can't guarantee you nothing, but I'm leaning toward. It might be Erms. I can't lie to you.
Whoever it is, all I know is I gotta hopefully have my skills up.
Gotta go
to the point where I can just put them on the ground.
I ain't using no cameo though.
I'm good. All I can say is like I'm good. I'm gonna stick to Tekken.
Took away Shao Kahn's staff, so
I'm gonna stick to Tekken. I'm gonna stick to Street Fighter, and that's it. That's the only 2 fighting games I'm playing.
Tekken. That's how you know it's bad.
Actually, Tekken is not bad. It's just frustrating.
It's not bad.
It's frustrating.
Yeah,
it's hella
frustrating. It is.
And that game still don't got no breakers. You still getting jumped on the ground if you don't get up quick enough.
Yeah, if you're dealing with sorry ass motherfuckers who wants to win, it's not. I don't want to say it's the game. It's the player who plays the game. Now here's the interesting thing that I fucking found the fuck out over the past couple of days. So, let's see if I can pull it up on Twitter. Let's see. Let's pull up Twitter right quick.
All I know is I'm still waiting for GTA 6.
I'm finna go crazy.
Because I want to make a quick prediction on that. Or not even a prediction, more of a questionnaire, I guess you could say with this one. How many motherfuckers are really going to call out for that fucking game?
So,
call out.
Hold on.
Now, call out's a little crazy. Calling out's a little crazy.
We'll get into that, but hold on. The thing that I saw.
Wait, the game don't drop till 10 p.m. tomorrow.
What do you see that at?
PS5 Standard Edition 8/19/2024 10 p.m. Eastern.
Talking about Black Myth Wukong?
Yeah, am I eating ass or am I not reading it correctly?
What is supposed to come out tomorrow?
You better read that correctly because you don't want to hit the other comment.
Anyway, so here's the thing. The thing that I found.
He ain't gonna let you answer that too.
So here's the thing. What I found out about Street Fighter, I didn't know. So according to this tweet that came out on the 15th, which was Thursday, they are pretty much banning people who are cheating in the game. So I sat there and I looked and I said, wait a minute.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the same shit I was saying. Like, wait, people cheating in Street Fighter 6?
People cheating in
Street Fighter 6? So I did some investigation and I was watching people who played the game and they recorded people who were cheating. So people use scripts to do auto parries and auto drive impacts so they can see it. It's tailored to a certain move. So it's matched by a frame and it's tailored to a certain move. So I'm looking at it and I was like, how did they cheat? So they so someone had to play against a couple of people online, and they take
And
it
is this
to
on console or
it's on
just console?
it's everywhere. So whoever was using it, whoever was playing it on what console or whatever they're playing it on, they were using the script. But I was sitting there and I was playing it. I was looking and I was watching him. He was playing, basically it was a Bison against Akuma. Every time he did a scissor kick, oh no, it was Bison against a Ken. Every time he did a scissor kick, he did a drive impact with Ken. Every time that dude did a scissor kick, drive impact came out. And then he took it into replay and he saw it, and the frame startup for that was like faster
Diabolical.
than, yeah, I was like, oh. So it got me to sit here and question my own fucking self on, nigga, was I playing against niggas that was cheating online when
You
niggas was
probably were.
holding me?
You
Like,
just
what?
ain't noticed, bro. Because you didn't think it was something.
But I never really dig deep into it until I looked at it. I was like, man, was I playing against some cheating ass niggas? But
I'm not surprised. Just because, I mean, we can all agree the biggest cheaters are PCs.
No. The biggest cheaters are
cheaters.
Xbox.
I still say
Xbox now,
PC
bro.
player, bro. I say PC players.
I'm gonna say Xbox,
not even
because
trying
now you don't even need an Xbox to play them games. If you got a PC
that is true.
and you decide to play one of them Game Pass games, bro, because I don't know if y'all noticed about that about Call of Duty. I don't know if y'all caught wind. There was a company who was putting out one of them mods, and they told everybody, bro, if you buy COD, we gonna get the mods done. COD sat there the whole time, knew about it, let them buy the game. The moment that mod was about to come out, they banned it.
Yeah, they sent
the cease and desist letter and said, yeah, I can't put it out. So yeah, it's a lot of scumbaggery going on when it comes down to that realm of games.
But I don't want to put it on the PC, because like, even though PCs are known for that, I don't want to put it on that, because every console has a share.
I mean, every console
has a share, and it's
feel like majority of the PC players or just PC gamers, would you say?
I mean, that's
are cheating ones.
But
that's just me. Yeah, that's my opinion. But that's honestly how I feel, because throughout the news that you get from cheaters, what do you mostly hear from? Oh, they were on PC. Oh, they were on PC. You get a sprinkle here and there, like, oh, they were on consoles. But in reality, I'm just saying.
I feel like the company should stop bullshitting and invest into anti-cheats. Like you do it for a lot of these other video games. Why not do it for some of the other games? There's plenty of anti-cheats. It's just people don't want to come out of pocket and profit. And anti-cheat costs out there.
I mean, dude, the game hasn't even came out yet. The new Black Ops, and they already got fucking mods and cheats for the shit, and it hasn't even came out yet.
I don't know about that.
There's there. I seen one video. I seen video where
it is leaks and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Right.
Some people got the early download packages and whatnot. I don't know how, but they got like the early builds of it, so they already putting out and planning stuff. I think Face Jeff spoke about it a little bit. He touched on some of the stuff that he's seen, and that was one of them.
I just know, if Call of Duty feels like what Modern Warfare 3 feels like when I get on it every time, and niggas is like butt fucking me when I play the game, and matchmaking wants to matchmake me with sweats online, Call of Duty will not get played, but only within that vicinity of October. That's it. After I upgrade all my weapons, and after everybody got their shit upgraded, and then everybody's at max level. The first season 1 comes out, maybe the season 2. After that, I'm not sticking to that game all year. It's gonna be other games I want to fucking play. I'm not finna
I'm just glad. I'm just glad it's free on Xbox when it comes out. So I don't have to spend no $50-$60 for that shit.
Well, yes.
Try it out.
Yes, it will be free for Game Pass. This is why Game Pass price hikes went up because of that.
And they got all the studios too.
So Xbox has Bethesda, Activision, and all the studios that fall up under that. So, if you're wondering why if your Game Pass is going up and you're upset, you should see why. Call of Duty, they need to recoup their investments from Call of Duty. So, if you're upset why studios are getting laid off and why this is happening, it's because they need to recoup costs. They need to keep people happy in certain situations. Unlike Sony decided to buy Bungie, and Bungie didn't have nothing to offer but Destiny. So now Bungie had to lay off a whole bunch of people. Sony is looking to probably either force them to make another Destiny game or try to do something with that marathon game that was supposed to be coming out, or possibly shut down the studio because Sony spent a lot of money on that fucking studio. And really, Sony really did that because after Microsoft bought Bethesda, Sony decided to buy Bungie, and then Sony decided to stick their hand in their nose in their business of Microsoft buying Activision, which caused Activision to have to go through a long fucking process of getting bought by fucking Microsoft. The real reason why that fucking thing went so long is because of Sony. I hope y'all know that, right? Like, Sony really was the reason why that Microsoft took forever to buy Activision.
So yeah, because when Sony was Sony looked at it this way, in the professional way. Oh, you're taking my big companies. You're taking the big company that we both can share. And in reality, oh, you're taking my money. I do not like that. You're taking a big ass profit of my fucking gaming side here and trying to make it for your own. And even though we know you're going to share, we know for a fact that you're not going to be a dick to us. We're going to be a dick to y'all because there's still that possibility that you're still going to make shit exclusive.
It's not even just that. You have to remember, if y'all do recall, Call of Duty used to have like some early bonus releases on PlayStation when it first came out. So there was a bunch of packages and stuff and exclusive deals that they lost with Activision once that was signed over. That's why they was like, hold on now, player. That's almost like if a streaming service, everybody just merged except Netflix. And Netflix just standing by itself to battle everybody. And hold on now, player. We got some shows over here, but you just can't take everything and don't leave no partnerships for real. So Sony's at a disadvantage.
But you're telling me that your console that has all the greatest exclusives in the fucking world, the greatest PlayStation, you're telling me that the only thing that sells your goddamn console is fucking Call of Duty?
Well, from a business standpoint, on a margin of what drops yearly, I'm willing to make my gamble on any exclusive deal that I have with any other company on a yearly basis. So there's always Activision, PlayStation on a yearly basis with that deal set in stone. We gonna make this X amount guaranteed every single year. But imagine somebody telling you that you about to lose $300 million every year, and now it's all going to your competitor, Microsoft.
I get that.
It's all about greed. It ain't even about the principle, the people.
I get
nothing like that. They don't have, even with their exclusives don't drop necessarily on a time schedule enough for that profit to not be missed.
But they don't advertise it like they don't advertise it like that. They advertise it as the fucking exclusive is exclusive. They advertise it as it's the greatest thing on PlayStation. Greatest thing on PlayStation. But yet, one, you motherfuckers don't buy any fucking games. 60% of you niggas out there who play PlayStation don't buy any fucking games. That's number one. So that's your fault, the reason why games don't go and don't sell well on PlayStation. That's number one. Two, Sony pushes it as all those games are great. But you're telling me you see Microsoft buying Activision and you go to fucking stir up the pot. Why didn't you do this with Bethesda when they went after Bethesda the first time? Why do it now when
Bethesda is not Activision. Activision is a humongous fucking name. And I mean, yeah, the biggest fucking money grabber is Call of Duty.
And
But then,
Bethesda's was what, Fallout at the time?
They
yeah,
have
Fallout or
Fallout,
Doom.
Doom, but I'm saying but they bought it for how much they bought Bethesda for? They bought it for like a
Like
bit.
2.1 bill or something like that.
Yeah, and then
It was in the bills.
they bought fucking Activision and for
Yeah,
like
Activision, which
70 bill.
yeah, because Activision, like I said, doesn't have just Call of Duty. If I'm correct, they're like on the equivalent level of fucking EA.
Yeah, but they
They have like a bunch of independent studios. They did things like Spider-Man independently.
But you got to think about it. Most of those studios got shut down due to the fact that they just focus on Call of Duty. It's like the same thing with it's the same thing if somebody bought EA. EA only has about like a handful of studios to make the same rotation of fucking video games that they make all the time. They don't have any other
but the biggest ones are sports.
Yeah, but their IP library is big. That's probably the reason why it costs so much. So if someone who buys EA, if EA just ever decides to sell their shit, it will be probably in the $100 billion range because of the fact that their IP library is fucking massive. That's probably going to be the thing. Activision's IP library is massive. I get that and I understand that to the thoroughly fullest. I'm just saying, PlayStation runs around like they're the hot shit, and you're not. And you're not, because you over here crying over the fact that Microsoft is buying Activision, and you're front and sticking your chest out like you the hot shit. You're not the hot shit. If you're the hot shit, then you should have been the person to buy Activision to be really the hot shit. Oh, you didn't because you didn't have the money for it. That's why you settled for fucking Bungie.
You want to know what the biggest problem with Sony is? Sony forgot that they weren't always in the lead. During that 360 PS3 era, that is when they were basically fighting for their life. Because I don't know if y'all remember all of those DDoS attacks that kept happening on PSN because their service was free and they didn't have anything to protect them. So they ended up spending more money to fix that. The only issue that Xbox had was just the red ring of death at that time. And when they figured that out, everybody was Team Xbox at that time. I remember specifically, me and all the homies, we all had Xboxes. But they were still good enough because they had Uncharted. They had all of their exclusives. This was when none of that other stuff mattered because they had all their home studios. But I don't know what they're on right now, but they don't got all them games right now.
No,
they needed that. They needed that deal with Activision, but they were just too stupid not to move because they believed they would never do a deal like that with Microsoft. They wouldn't do that until they forgot that this is the art of business. They see the direction that Microsoft is going in. And then, PlayStation is still depending on their hardware. Microsoft is saying, regardless of what you got, you still gonna play these games.
And Microsoft is a software company. Microsoft's been around since the fucking 80s, since Apple, which would be scary if Apple and Google decided to come out with a fucking console or if not a console, a fucking streaming service.
They are eventually.
Google already did that though, and they failed.
Yeah, because Google was dumb. They didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, Stadia was trash.
They didn't know what they were doing.
Oh my god.
They decided
to answer your question. So they done it and they failed.
But that's because
they should have merged. They shouldn't have done it by themselves. They should have gotten with the company actually.
Amazon.
I feel like they should have merged with somebody.
Amazon and Google they're not in that technological space because it's not I don't want to say it's not a software. Amazon is definitely not a software company, so that's not
definitely not.
Google is, but Google never tiptoed into gaming.
Yeah, they're not.
The reason why they did that with the Stadia is because
Apple really hasn't either. So.
That was their first iteration of gaming. They always license their games third party. Apple does the same exact thing. They never really tiptoed their hand into gaming like Microsoft did. Microsoft got in that shit early in the 2000s. So to see what Microsoft is doing with the Game Pass, it's probably the reason why it makes more sense of them doing it. So if Google decides to do it, they need to follow that game plan before they decided to do.
All they gotta do is go get
Or they
Dwayne
need to get with
Johnson.
like, or get with like Sega, something like that. Get with somebody who used to do this but only shut down because of the time change. But I would get with like the director of Sega, something, be like, yo, how should we do this, bro?
But
like,
my thing is, Sony's been always cocky since the PlayStation era. Since PlayStation
I
came
mean,
out,
yeah,
Sony's always been cocky. It just they
but
had
that's
a fall.
because they had a fallout with Nintendo because it was supposed they were gonna work with Nintendo.
Yeah, the
they even had
PlayStation
the
wasn't even
console
supposed to
ready to go.
exist.
No, what I mean, they had a fall off. The fall off. They had a fall off in that the Xbox 360 and the PS3 era. And that's why some of those games that you see that are on PS3, when you play the PlayStation Now and whatnot, those are just streaming. They're not actually full games that you can download.
No.
So that's the real issue. And then on top of that, Sony is not really looking at, they're not a software company, which is kind of crazy, but they've been doing PlayStation since the 90s, but they're not a software company, but they have the potential to do what Xbox is doing.
This whole thing is just an
to.
accident for Sony. Like, this wasn't supposed to be what it is. That's why they're still in the same spot they've always kind of been in. It's not like they've done anything different. Because if you look at the titles that are actually like the homegrown PlayStation titles, I think it's only like one new one, isn't it?
And then
what is it on Horizon Zero Dawn? Other than that, anything else that isn't God of War or like Ratchet and Clank or anything that's like a classic,
or Spider-Man,
they don't really hit like that. Like Spider-Man, I'll see people talking about it for like 2-3 months, and then it's like the game never even existed, bro. Like everybody's waiting on the next big thing, and Sony don't put nothing out for like another year.
But the thing is with their service, that PlayStation Now shit, that thing, comparing it to the game, comparing it to Game Pass is fucking ass. Because Game Pass puts their games day one on that service. PlayStation Now lets you play that shit for 2 hours, and then wait like 3 months to put it on the service later. I'm like, put your exclusive games, put these other fucking games that you get exclusives from, like Helldivers, the Black Myth Wukong, put it on that PlayStation Now service. Because I'm sitting here and I'm questioning on the fact that why did you jack up these fucking prices for this service that no one's really fucking playing or utilizing? Like, I don't pay for it. I pay for the minimum basic of PlayStation. Like, I don't even get the Play Extra or the Premium. I don't get that because there's nothing there of value for me to play. There. Like, Game Pass is more better than that because all the games exclusively day one comes out, so I get to play that. So if
Sony's never gonna fix that either, because you would think that by now, seeing what Xbox is doing, you would at least take something from that. Like, yo, you may not be able to play it day one, but like next week, y'all could try it out for like a whole 7 days and see if you would like this game or something. Like, nah, they got the same business model that they've had since they've dropped it, since with just minor tweaks, bro. Like, no one wants to play PlayStation Now. I don't know anybody on my friends list or anybody that I've ever seen show PlayStation Now with the PS3 game streaming. They're going to fire up their PS3 to go play that game because they're going to get the full thing, not being streamed with no connection issues. Because one thing about PlayStation Now is that for whatever reason, whatever servers that they use is not the best. There are times where you're going to see that thing skipping like a bad CD from the 90s. So that doesn't work. And then more importantly, they are just stuck in their own business model, just like Nintendo. Because it works. They know they got the loyal fan base. They know that no matter what, they're going to purchase it brainlessly without ever demanding anything extra. Like, bro, we like, you're seeing what Microsoft is doing. You're seeing that they're going completely digital. They're saying, yo, you don't even need our console. Just grab a controller, grab an Amazon Fire Stick if you have to, fire up the Xbox app, and then depending on the specs of your television and everything inside of it, is going to determine on how well this game is going to run, and then that's it. Soon enough, they're not even going to be selling consoles no more, and they still going to be competing. And then they're not going off the sales of that no more. Just going to be completely game sales, and PlayStation's still going to be having to put out these consoles, bro.
Like I said, at the end of the day, man, if you're a gamer,
Wasting that money.
If you are a gamer and you really want to decide, if you haven't made the jump to the Xbox One X or the Xbox Series X or the Series S or the PlayStation 5, and you want to know what's the best value of your game, I would say go to Xbox, because Xbox is going to give you those exclusives for free and whatnot. And then on top of that, save yourself up some money and get you a PC, because if you get a PC, you really taking a way advantage. Then you can get rid of your Xbox and you just get a PlayStation. No,
it depends,
because what if that game does not drop until a year after the original release on console?
Grand Theft Auto, best fucking example.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying is, if you have the money, save up for a PC, get rid of your Xbox Series, and get a PlayStation 5.
Okay.
So that way you have both. Don't just do. I don't want to say just do PC all the way. Don't do that, because there are games that do not come out on fucking consoles that just only it comes exclusive to consoles before it comes to fucking PC. So I would say if you got a chance, I would say start with the Xbox, then graduate to PC, and then get you a PlayStation 5 on the side. But for other people who don't play video games, don't care about none of this shit, if you got to go with the popular console. PlayStation 5 is the popular console. You idiots gonna buy whatever the fuck you gonna buy. All right.
Damn, nigga, you really gotta call them idiots though? Shit.
Because most of them niggas is going to buy. They're not really gonna play any other fucking games, bro. They're just gonna sit there. Not. They're just gonna play. They're gonna play Madden. They're gonna play 2K. They're gonna play Call of Duty.
For real, Fortnite. Bro, they're not playing.
They buy this console just to play those games. They
just
don't even
play multi-plats, bro. And then they just turn on multi-platform so they can play with other people across consoles. At this point, you just buying whatever you most comfortable with and whatever you like, because you can still play with your friends, whatever console that they got at this point.
And then on top of that, they buy a PC, which is like $1,000. Don't know what it is. Don't know how to use.
Oh, you could play some PC exclusives too.
They don't do that, bro. They buy PC to buy GTA and play role play on that bitch. And then
that's fire though, bro. I've seen some of what they've been.
That's what they buy the PC for. They don't play any other games on there. They just buy it to play role play.
They use the graphics.
They use it and they stream fucking Fortnite on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I say I treat it the way I treat it to them. I say, if you're a casual person, just go ahead and buy the popular console. And if you're not a gamer, just buy the popular console and that. But if you are a gamer, I suggest you start with the Xbox, because you're gonna get your bang for your buck. Then graduate, save up some money, graduate to a PC. Then after you get yourself a PC, sell your Xbox or trade it in to get you a PS5. That way you'll get the best of both worlds. That's what I'm telling. That's for the gamers. So now let's move on to this music. We'll touch on a couple of new music songs and what's been coming out this week, and then we'll hit into the WWE and AEW. So, all right, new music. I don't want to say new music Friday. Anyway, new releases this week. I guess we got a new song from Six, Arya Star. I don't know what the fuck this name is. Cola, whatever the fuck that is.
It's not like a disease.
I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, Rush dropped a new song called Break. Lil Wayne dropped a new song with Yellow Beezy called Hit. I'm not gonna lie to you, a nigga named Yellow Beezy sounds like Lil Wayne singing on the track, so it's not gonna sound like rapping Lil Wayne. Internet Money and Rich Armani dropped Keep It Cool. Chance the Rapper and Joey Pert dropped Bad Boys 2. Gene Dawson and Little Yachty dropped "Die for Me." Tory Lanez dropped a new song, Featherweight /
He's been
Effie.
dropping bangers behind bars, bro.
No, it's not shocking to me. Fabulous and Mary J. Blige, which is a Mary J. Blige record, dropping what's it? Breathing. I think that's the name of the song. I just added that to my playlist. Glorilla dropped a remix to her Mama song, so featuring Rob 49 and Skilla Baby. Lil Yachty and Verse dropped a song called Sorry Not Sorry. All right. Big Sean and Alchemist. I don't know if this is a project, but it's a song that he dropped called Together Forever. It sounded a little dope from the snippets that I heard. It sounded a little fire. Donald fucking Trump.
I mean, I don't really listen to Big Sean no more. I try to give it a listen, but I don't know. I don't feel inspired.
Donald
I don't feel
Trump.
inspired to listen to. What about him? What do you do?
Fabio Foreign and Kodak Black on board. Basically, that's what this is supposed to spell out. He dropped the song. Speaking of Donald Trump, nigga, I was on Twitch yesterday and I saw he has a live stream account on Twitch.
Yep.
I was like,
man.
when did he get a fucking account for Twitch?
You gotta connect with the niggas, bro.
And he's not
The
wrong.
whole Kai Sonat audience, you
he was
know,
doing a rally
if he'd be
too.
like, "Hey, Kai, do you want to do an interview? I think it'll bake the internet. I think it'd be good for you. I think it'd be good for me. I think it'd be good for the country. So you want to do it? You know, Kai's gonna do it. The only niggas gonna vote for him. Look how real Trump is. He's sitting down with a black guy with dreads. You know he loves black people. It's alright.
I don't know.
I mean, but like we already got the confirmation that these politicians are already giving money into these streamers to be like, hey,
no,
this motherfucker ain't do that bad.
I don't know about the money thing. I know the fact that I know they're using the streamers to sway their votes. So I know for a fact that someone like Aiden Ross is probably the one person that really got swayed in for Donald Trump. So
but like a lot of these other streamers have been calling these politicians out, like, yo, why are you telling me that hey, we're gonna do this, we're gonna work like this, you'll get this money. But before we do all that, you need to sign an NDA.
Hey, look, I don't stay in that realm. I know it's starting to merge into that realm, but I stay out of it. It's bad enough that I hear it on the Breakfast Club and what they doing and whatnot, and the stuff that I hear on the Breakfast Club that, because they're for Kamala Harris, and I don't see what she's gonna do, and I don't see if she's gonna get put in, and people still don't like how she treated and was like right alongside with Joe Biden when they put in the crime bill back in the days during the 90s. So it's like, yeah, they don't like her for that. Then on top of that, they don't like Trump. So it's like the worst of good evil. But it's like, and then it's other people's opinion that just sounds very fucking dumb. So it's just like, I'm good. Like all across the board, I'm just gonna see what the fuck happens on November, and we see who's gonna be in office for next year. Danny Brown, shake it like a, I think that's what the name of the song is. Okay. Gucci Man, Lemonade. I guess they re-released the song Lemonade. Lotto's Chicken Grease, and I think that's it, because I don't give a damn about the rest of these people that's coming up here. This is all the music for this week, and it just look like, it's starting to look like some real shit. And shout out to Ray Vaughn. Ray Vaughn got a song called Ray Wop, and then LL Cool J's with the Sweetie, I guess whatever that new song.
All right, hold on. All right, I'm glad you brought that particular artist up. There's two people we have to talk about real quick. LL Cool J and Sweetie. We're gonna talk about Sweetie last. So with LL, is this like a final album thing, or is it because he was doing that tour, he just felt inspired to suddenly put this album together? Like,
I don't know.
what happened?
I say it's both,
I
honestly.
think,
Like he got inspired, and also it's like, this is gonna be my last hoorah type
but
shit,
I think what it is, I think it's because of the 50 years of hip hop that happened last year. And I think that expired a lot of old rappers because they all got celebrated for their music. Like when you look at the one that Nas did at the Yankee Stadium, when Snoop brought out, when he was actually rapping Slick Rick's lyrics, and he brought out Dougie Fresh and all of them. I think it was for the age group. And then like from that point on, that whole summer, everybody was doing one. You had Amazon Music doing one with Meth and Redman. They went out, they were killing it in the crowd. Rock the Bells was doing their shit with LL Cool J and all them. He was out there killing in the crowd. So it's like, I think it's a resurgence, and people are like, there's an audience for that they want to listen to. It might not go across as the new generation, but there are some new people in the younger audience that want to listen to something that's good. They don't want to continuously listen to sorry ass music like they've been listening to. So if they can make an impact on some of these younger artists, and then make an impact on some of these young, and get some new young fans that want to listen to some dope music, I would say, yeah, go for it. I would say go for it. Go subscribe to it. Check it out and everything in that prospect. I seen that video for this song. LL Cool J kind of carried the whole entire fucking song because Sweetie.
See, that was the other part I was about to get to. What were you expecting from her, bro?
Bro, that shit was ass, bro.
What were you Listen,
other than
like
she
we
looked
said
good
previously, besides her face and the fact that she's presentable as a brand just off her face alone, whoever told her that she needs to be doing music needs to be fired. They need to go to therapy. They need to seek a session, because this is ridiculous. Bruh. This doesn't make any sense. How many tracks do you have to put out for you to realize that, this song, my verse, my part might be trash? No one is telling her. And you want to know what else? They keep putting it out. It keeps coming out, bro.
I was listening to it, and I heard her verse. I was like, bro, she sounds terrible. I was like, LL, why did you put her on this track, bro?
He could have gotten anybody else. He could have gotten Flo Milli.
He could have did.
He could have gotten Cardi B.
She should have just did the hook and called it
Nicki.
a day.
Exactly.
Gave a verse, bro. I'm like,
he even got Sexy Red.
Hell no, I don't want to see that shit. I really would question that nigga, bro.
I mean, listen, bro.
He could have got Meg Thee Stallion.
Don't even act like back in your days when she was in high school with you wouldn't have gotten her all the hot Cheetos, bro.
Nah,
she loved her some hot Cheetos, bro. You would have gotten her all the hot Cheetos out of that vending machine that all the emo kids were sitting in front of, bro.
She would have turned you into her personal hot Cheetos.
Yeah,
exactly, bro.
The young and dumb version. I'm in my 30s. I don't see nothing about.
Yeah, definitely, because listen, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If I seen her in high school, bro, the hot Cheeto machine be empty.
That's we young and dumb. We gonna do anything for some pussy, as long as it look cute and good. She's cute enough, but like
for some hot Cheetos, 75 cents.
At the age that we are now, bruh, I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole unless I'm motherfucking wasted out of my mind. I got to be like hammered, like I'm like nigga. I got to be drunk. Exactly, in order to fuck with Sexy Red. I'm good.
That's crazy. So you telling me, hypothetically speaking, right? Y'all the last two people on this planet. You ain't got no other choice.
I need a bottle.
It's life or death.
I need a bottle like this. 1 liter bottle.
Ain't no more bottles,
nothing
ain't
for
no heroin. Ain't no meth. Ain't no ecstasy.
Nope.
Ain't no butt cheeks, no nothing, bro. Just you and her.
Nope.
Straight up.
Nope.
You not doing it.
Nope.
You unbelievable, bro. But this ain't about me, bro. This is not.
See, it ain't about you.
It's not about me.
He gonna throw the question to me though.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
All right,
The
well, let's
younger version of
change it,
me,
please.
you know what I'm saying? She would have gone at you. Now, bro, the world doomed.
Well,
Exactly.
you want to fuck with her so you can get your 401k up.
Bro, listen. I don't even think she comes with benefits, bro. I ain't gonna
I
lie to
don't
you.
even know. I don't think
I
she
don't
even know
think she
what the
even knows
fuck
what
that
that
is.
is. I don't even think she signed
Not
any.
like the other dumb bitch. I forgot her name, but to me, she became viral.
Suki,
Where
who you talking about?
I don't know her name. I don't know her name,
Talking
but
about
she thinks
Suki.
she's smart, but she's stupid as fuck.
Talking about
Because
Sukiana with the good coochie.
They gotta be you, bro. I'm
it
mad that
sounds
we
very
both knew.
familiar. But
But
the
go
moment I
go
say it,
go
y'all gonna be like, "Oh,
go
okay."
ahead. Go ahead.
Which is, she thought a fucking musician was a magician.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sukiana.
that's Suki. Yeah, that's
Sukiana
Suki.
with Suki
Yo,
with the good
Okay,
good.
she was just
okay,
like, I'm not a musician, honey. I don't do no magic. I was like, is she that ass? Is she?
okay, cool. But do you do music? Yes, I do music. Okay, so you're a musician.
No,
No,
I'm
I'm not
not
a
that.
magician.
I don't know what that is. I don't do no magic, honey. I just told you that. I'm like, bro,
Like I
But
said.
but
there's
but
no way she's that ass.
and then she was like, "Well, I think you're getting it confused. No, honey, you're just
You
wrong
getting
because
it confused. Like,
you're making it think that I think. Like,
I
no,
come
I
from a
don't think.
long
I
line of
read.
hoes.
I'm like, that's where I got so fucking like confused because like I really tried my best to work it out, but I'm really trying, and maybe y'all niggas can help me out.
No.
Which is
I
um
can't help you.
my question is why? Why is she so stupid?
Why she
You
famous?
And why is she famous? But I can say that to any of these hoes. Like that's
I
the
mean,
same
it's
shit as me
simple,
saying
bro.
like why
Why
is
does
Kim
she have a
Kardashian famous?
career?
It's simple, bro.
Why?
Because
Why
imagine
is she
this.
why is she so stupid and she still have a humongous following of stupidity with her? Like I don't get it. Like
Hey man, people love dumb people.
help me out.
Dumb
Help me
people.
Yeah,
out. Help
I
I'm
me out
not.
mean,
here.
people live vicariously through other dumb people. So if you know that
Exactly.
you never gonna make it, you see someone hood who's just like you gonna cheer for that. I don't know if you noticed those white girls who were their primary supporters. What did they end up doing? They end up acting just like them, bro. See them in the club, they twerking just like Sexy Red. They acting all out. You start to look at it, you almost like, damn, bro. You realize that ain't really the look you want to go for,
But
right? Like
then
that's not
here's the flip side to that shit, right?
crazy.
So there was an interview. I haven't fully watched that whole entire interview, but it was an
Charles.
interview from Tyler Creator and Mav Carter, and Tyler Creator went in on
Tyler.
this particular artist, this white dude that does rap. I don't know what his name is, but I forgot what his name was, but he does like rap, and he's like, it's coming from a place of mockery. It's not coming of a place of like celebration. Like it's the white dude that's rapping like a trap nigga, and he's mocking all these trap niggas. Basically, it's not like a Eminem or a Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
it's like
yeah,
he's literally doing like a 50 Cent how to rob type thing.
he's like doing not even impressions. Like he's using what he hears, and he's like doing it, but he's like in the sense of mocking it at the same time. Like I don't know, but that's what he was describing it, and that's what I heard from when TBH was like breaking it down, and basically he was saying like he's like mocking it, because like on the flip side, like he don't look like none of these trap rappers. He don't associate himself trap rappers. You don't hang out all that, but you do the music to make the money, and then you're mocking the community and whatnot. So, and it's a lot of white rappers that do that shit. They do it to mock the community because of what the shit is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's very very trash, and it's very very tasteless at my point. And this is why it should stop, because like women like I said, like Sukiana, she think the shit is cute. Sexy Red think the shit's cute until there are women out there, like white women will do that, and they'll end up mocking your fucking shit, and then you gonna be like, oh, that's not cute, that's not funny at all. I said, yeah, but you sitting out here doing exactly the same shit that they were doing, and you think that was funny? Like, come on.
Nah, I don't know if y'all I don't know if y'all remember this. Y'all remember a few months ago that white girl who was on Twitter saying all those broke ass niggas, and she was a white girl, and she was just casually saying it in front of the camera, saying that's how her and all her black friends be talking and all of that. Yeah, bro.
You got
Like
that
they
Catch Me
really
Outside
think
girl?
that it's okay to be talking like us and sound like us because we do it.
Exactly.
They
Yeah,
talk
until they get
just
their ass
like
whipped.
that. Yep, until that happens, and then they realize, bro, it ain't that sweet.
Well,
It
that
ain't that sweet.
that
You
is
know what I'm
music.
saying? Bubba Ray Dudley almost had to find out one time. We ain't gonna talk about
Well, speaking of Bubba Ray Dudley, we're gonna head to the WWE to the Bash in Berlin. Now, keep in mind, Bash in Berlin, the full match card has not been all the way 100% gone through just yet. So we're going to go over predictions and stuff that could show up on the match card. I know there's a particular match they haven't announced that might be showing up on the match card pretty soon.
Is it the rematch, that grudge match?
Yeah, that's going to be showing up on there. So what they have officially announced, and that's going to be on the card at the Bash Berlin. Oh, it's gonna be at 1 p.m. too. Damn, they doing good
Yep,
shit.
it's gonna be an early one because it's overseas. So
Yeah.
our
Yep.
time's gonna be different.
So
At least it won't be late at night.
let's see. Did anybody see Monday Night Raw and then SmackDown?
I did. I watched the both of them. You know I did.
So I'm not gonna go over Monday. We're not gonna break down Monday Night Raw all the way through, and we're not gonna break down SmackDown all the way through.
Just the key. Just the key.
Just the key
moment.
points. Just the key points.
I forgot what the key moments were. So let me go.
All right. So which one? So which one you want to do first, Raw?
I want to do Raw. So let me pull that up right quick. Go ahead. If you can remember it, go ahead. But I'm gonna pull it up right quick.
All right. So for Raw, we did have of course the whole debacle between the Judgment Day and Damian Priest again, and along with Rhea Ripley. I do believe that Rhea was in the ring. She was cutting her promo. Then that's when Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio showed up at the top of the crowd. And of course, they were going back and forth. You know, the typical stuff. Mommy's no longer mommy. Mommy telling he can never reach that deep. You know, the typical throwing the jab stuff once the relationship ends. And then behind them comes Damian Priest, and he starts beating up Dominic Mysterio. And basically that leads into a match that then goes off with Carlito, which you already know, of course, Damian Priest won. So yeah, that was one of the first key points of the night. So yeah, that was step one to everything. Other than that, I'm going to be honest with you. Raw this week wasn't too much about key points. This looked like it was more so a mid-card show until we got to the main event. This was more so, it looked like it was just here to put people over. Because to be honest with you, they had the Alpha Academy put on a banger. That's how you know it was going to be one of those nights. They gave them plenty of time in that match with the Creed brothers. So
I'm not gonna lie, like from what it started off well to me. And then the segments were like, cause we're gonna bounce around. The Randy Orton segment with Gunther and all that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
and then the CM Punk coming out beating on Drew McIntyre and all that. That was pretty awesome. My favorite segment was the Bronson Reed, that fat boy. Hold
on, bro. Can we please talk about bro? What is he doing? Just doing tsunamis like that, bro? No, do you know what the best part about it is, bro? Michael Cole on commentary. He just saying tsunami like it's something like it's cool, bro. Like this man is not dying.
I'm trying to figure out what are they going to do with him. They're either going to elevate him up to the main title. Hold on.
You don't see it?
No. I'm trying to see if they're going to elevate him up to the main title or they're going to elevate him up to the Intercontinental title. Because if they do that, they got to turn Braun Breaker to fucking face, and Braun Breaker is heel.
No. Did you see the interaction between Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker on Monday after the match?
Yeah.
There was like a little show of respect there. So it was like they can make Bronson like a little tweener, like depending on who he's facing, he could be that guy because you know he has that personality to pull it off. And the crowd is
But
behind him as well. They always barking and all this other stuff when he ends up doing one of his spots and all that. So
but
you never know.
I want
Bronson
Braun.
versus Braun.
No, but I want Bronson Reed to like. If anything,
I think he might jump ship it though. But I mean, you can't turn Gunther face.
no. But the thing I want to see though is if they're gonna put him in that title picture with Braun Breaker, which by the way, Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn had an incredible two out of 3 falls match.
And then Sammy had that first fall. I thought he was gonna do something.
But if if they're gonna put Bronson Reed, I think what he needs to do, if they're gonna build him up for that Intercontinental title match and they're gonna make Braun Breaker, I need Bronson Reed to kill 2 more people. It gotta be Jay.
No, it's gonna happen.
It gotta be Jay Uso and Sami Zayn.
Hold on now.
It gotta be Jay Uso and Sami Zayn.
No. You see, this is why he's gonna start pissing me off on this podcast. Because how dare you just throw Jay Uso casually out like that, like he deserves that type of treatment. Number one, nothing like that's gonna happen with Jay Uso. I have a completely different scenario for him. Actually, it's gonna be quite interesting. But the next 2 people I see him killing, because he already done killed Seth Rollins. He already done killed R-Truth. I think he's gonna kill The Miz next, because The Miz is gonna be like, yo, I ain't like what you ended up doing to him. And then he's gonna get encouraged by somebody in the back to go ahead and do it. And then he's gonna get killed next. So Miz is definitely gonna get killed next.
I'm trying to figure out what was the purpose of him. Like, what's the reason why they killed R-Truth? Like
so basically what happened is, so the match, there was like a funny backstory to it. No. He was trying to just roll The Miz out the way, like he was trying to pull him out the way, but he ended up being the one getting splashed. Like I
get that. I'm talking about the outside WWE. What's the reason why?
I don't know. I don't know if you've been peeping some of the interviews that The Miz has been doing, but he wants to go heel again. Felt like his best stuff was as he was a heel. I don't know if you looked last week when they were teamed up and The Miz and Truth tagged himself in and lost them the match. Miz was given that look like he was about to turn on him. But I do believe they don't want that to happen between him and Truth, because one, Truth isn't even going to understand what happened based on how his character is. So he's not just going to walk away from The Miz and be like, oh, you turned on me, this and that. Judgment Day tried doing that to him and he didn't catch on to it. It's going to be one of those things where I do believe The Miz is going to go on like this little mini heel run one more time. And I think he's going to start doing it by, I'm not going to do anything to Bronson Reed. I've been trying to get Truth away from me for a while now. And whatever, he can always go that angle with it, so he can go ahead and start that run because he wants to be. As far as how long, I think Truth is going to be out for a little bit. He's going to be written off TV for a bit anyway. I think he's going to be, because he even put on Instagram that he had quote unquote cracked ribs and all that. So that means he's going to be out for like a month, basically, until he quote unquote heals up. So yeah,
bro,
if anything, it's just to get that tag team away from each other. That also because they already ran their course.
Crack ribs, nigga. You had a 400 fucking pound fat man landing on your ass 6 times in the ring. 6 times.
Like yeah, he just put it up. Hey, listen, if that's all he got, be happy. It may be worse because it is truth. It could be saying, no, homie, you have a whole broken lung. And he's out here talking about crack ribs. It's truth. We really don't know, but that's the reason why that they're doing it. It looks like right now they got Bronson Reed shelving people who are already injured and needs time off anyway. So yeah, that could have been it too. Truth could have had an undisclosed injury. He's been wrestling more matches this year than I think he's done probably in the past 5 years put together, actual matches. So he could be also hurting. He's up there in age, so we don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, really. He is pretty old.
Yeah, so he's been taking some bumps. Like he's been taking some bumps lately. So it could be one of those things where we know you up there in age. We're gonna give you some time off to heal up. Probably got to do some promo runs for the company. Who knows? Because Truth is the biggest company man ever. So we don't know.
So what I'm seeing. So now we can get to SmackDown. So SmackDown came out. They started with the Nia Jax segment, which I'm trying to.
I get that they're both using each other,
I don't get it.
Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax, but I just don't understand why this is a part. Is it to keep Tiffany close so you know her every move? Like she still won't clock you over the head when you're not looking and take your time. Like, what are
Well,
we?
I say that because I feel like we're gonna get a title match from that between, what's her name? I'm not calling her Michin because I really don't like her name when she renamed her name. What's her fucking name? What's her? Mia Yim. There you go. Mia Yim and Nia Jax for the title at Bash at Berlin. I think that's what we're getting. Another thing, I feel like what we're gonna get. I did see the Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. They had a nice little decent match. I think we're gonna get a triple threat match for that U.S. title. No.
That's Santos Escobar.
Yeah, so we're getting that. We're getting that match. That's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be a best of 5 series between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes because Andrade's up 2-1.
But
I think they're gonna try and push that to like a best of 5.
But I'm looking at it right as I was like, so you come back to feud with one person. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. You should have just stayed in AEW. You should have stayed. I get your wife is in WWE.
Oh no. You don't understand what's happening right now. So the thing is, I don't know if you remember, this was like a while back when Andrade was a US champion and then he dropped it and then of course he left after that. Him coming back now, you're coming back to a super stacked roster. He can't just come back and jump shit people because even in AEW they didn't make him that big of a deal to where like you had to put him over everybody else who's here.
No,
Santos Escobar actually he actually deserved this push.
No.
He's getting real quick.
But Andrade had the same exact thing that Santos Escobar is getting right now. He had a faction.
Oh no.
He had Rouge. He had an assistant. He had a tag team. Hell, he had Dragon Lee there before they got rid of Dragon Lee and Dragon Lee went to WWE. So it's like I'm saying, AEW did everything for this man. I don't know.
Still didn't get the reaction that WWE's looking at to give you that super push. It's basically this. They are doing this to just keep both of them busy enough. So when it's time for that triple threat to happen for that title, it's going to be a blockbuster. That's all it's building up to. Santos isn't going to beat LA Knight. But you do know that Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, they're going to have that number one contenders match. Something stupid's going to happen. No one's going to win. There's going to be a triple threat. And then, we're going to see who wins from there. But that's all that is right now. They're not going to put Andrade super over. Even when he came back, it was kind of like anticlimactic. Like, they didn't really...
I don't know. I feel like he's
put no oomph behind him. Like, they don't really...
He's gonna be lost in the shuffle to me.
Yeah, he's gonna get lost in that shuffle again. Because you remember, even before he even won that U.S. championship, he was kind of lost in that shuffle too. Like he was there, then he wasn't. Yeah. Then he got the push again, and then he didn't. It was like
he's gonna be lost.
That's the mid card for you, dog.
All I'm gonna say is they just gonna feed him a LA Knight to make him look like a big star. So that's all.
Because if you think about it, that those mid card titles are like your introduction to getting the big boy belt. If you do everything right when you have that mid card title, I don't think anybody in the higher ups looks at Andrade and says, he's going to be our future WWE champion and face of the company.
But Triple H put the NXT title on him when he was a part of NXT.
That is completely different because NXT is the baby of both Raw and SmackDown. You give them that championship, you're basically saying you're going to get that call up to a very high position. If not, you will either be a first round draft pick, etc. Just like we see with Carmelo Hayes, you saw it with Finn Balor, all of that. They get those super pushes, as in, we've seen that you're good enough to win the big boy belt down there. Let's see if it translates up here. In those regards. And then on top of that, NXT has a lot of fans on the main roster, but there's a lot of people who don't even watch NXT. So They're seeing a lot of these people for the first time. So unless you going out there and you're wowing that crowd to a point to where you're so over on some Jay Uso, Daniel Bryan stuff that they got to give you those opportunities. If not, you in that back seat in that shuffle, and they'll call your name whenever it pops out. Or if everybody else is basically injured, it's your time to shine, and you got to show us why you deserve to be. Unfortunately, that's how it is. You remember, Liv Morgan was just like this too. If it was a mid-card championship for women, Liv would have had it this entire time. She went through a bunch of changes, character changes. She was extreme at one point, like she was Jeff Hardy or the Hardy Boys or something.
Well,
and then she had this sad angle, and then she ended up injuring Rhea Ripley, and here she is.
Yeah, she had this lesbian angle with Lana.
Exactly, bro. She had some weird characters at some point, and she was just getting lost in that shuffle. And sometimes it takes for you to just execute all of your characters, make people like it, and then just wait. That's Andrade.
That's because the Riot Squad fell apart when it came to the main roster.
No, and bro. Did you hear what she said about Ruby, bro? She said that anytime Ruby be wrestling, she just be randomly farting during the match, bro.
Come on, Ruby?
Yes, bro.
Wow. Ruby Soho?
Yes, bro.
I mean, I knew the bitch was nasty, but
it was like when you be wrestling, if you get her in a certain lock or whatever, it just comes on out. I was like, bro, she was talking about it in that interview with what's his name, Marco. Funny Marco. Yeah, when she was doing that sit down interviews, asking her what was the nastiest thing that happened to you in the ring, and it was that. So yo, bro, Liv went through some stuff to get pooted on, have all of them character changes. So now you had to basically injure the top star, which basically kicked everything off for you. Because think about it, if she never injured Rhea, would the Judgment Day storyline even be the way that it is right now?
No, but
no, not really.
No.
Kind of, it kind of worked out, bro. As messed up as it sounds, it kind of worked out best.
Yeah. I got to see an incredible tag team match to kick off new number one contenders for the Bloodline. So it's going to be the Street Profits versus
the Street Profit.
I don't know if that's going to be on the card though, but
it's on SmackDown. It's on SmackDown next. Yeah, it's on SmackDown. So it's on the Go Home show. Yeah,
Go Home show. So yeah, so it looked like what's going to make it on the Berlin card from besides the 3 matches that is announced. The women's WWE Women's Championship match might be on there. Nia Jax versus Mia Yim. LA Knight versus,
that's definitely going to be on there. Yeah, they got to have a women's match of some degree.
LA Knight versus Santos Escobar for the US title. What else is going on from that? Something
Judgment Day, the Terror Twins versus the Judgment Day.
That's those are the matches that's already known. I'm talking about matches that's going to be on the card. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre strap match. I think because they're only going to do like 6 or 7, so I think we got like one more match that they're going to put on the card, and then I think that's it. Because WWE don't do like long ass pay-per-views. It actually might be just that's it. It might be those.
It might just be it because I can't think of any other feud that's going on right now that you even want to take to that pay-per-view. You're not going to take this Sheamus and Butch. Pete Dunne thing over there. You're not doing that. The women's tag team championships are the most anticlimactic thing I've seen. It doesn't matter on which brand it is. SmackDown is trash. Raw is trash.
That's just an afterthought to me at this point now.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, somebody drop the titles. It don't even matter. I don't know what they're doing with Jade Cargill. I don't think she's coming along quick enough.
I feel bad for Naomi because she came back to fucking WWE
just to lose, bro, just to put other people over.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you could have just stayed in TNA.
And she just lost that match. I'm like, bro, you just won the TNA championship. You were the title holder. You come back over here and you're putting over people who never even won a main roster match on their own yet, and they came against you. You had a whole roster of women back there and they did it against you, but yet they call you, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair the big 3 of what? Because the only person winning there by themselves is just Bianca.
Exactly.
So who's this big three that we keep on mentioning? But we're gonna save that conversation for another day because that whole trio pisses me off. So.
The Bloodline segment. Roman Reigns returned once again. No talking. He just came in the ring.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
Didn't say anything. He just came in the ring, started whooping ass.
Wreck everything and leave.
And he put the tribal. Well, he didn't wreck shit. He got his ass wrecked. That's what the fuck that was. He got the tribal chief thing, whatever that shit is. His neck. And then the Red Rocks, and then he got his shit rocked by Jacob Fatu with the boot on his fucking foot. He rocked that nigga with the boot. I was like, this nigga here.
Bro, and running full speed with the boot, bro.
Exactly. I'm like that, and then
injury?
Then they did injury? They did the shield power bomb on him, and then left him to waste.
Bro, and can we just talk about the dramatic size difference between Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, bro? I thought Jacob Fatu was a lot taller than that, bro. Roman just bending over, being thrown into the corner, looked about the same height. Now,
no, I feel like
I know that they're trying to sell this whole interaction between them to be this deadly head-on collision type thing, but I don't see Roman falling to none of these dudes. I don't see it. Jacob gets the best touch, but I don't.
I'm not gonna lie.
But he can't handle that whole group by himself, though. That's not happening.
I was thinking I thought we was gonna see some more people come in and help Roman, but I guess
definitely. The thing is, in order to help Roman, right? It's gonna be weird. Because Jimmy Uso's coming back, and he already got beef with Solo for getting kicked out of the bloodline the way that he got kicked out, especially by Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga. So he already got beef, so you already know instantly he's on Roman's side.
But like
Jey Uso is where it gets weird, because what exactly do you do with him? Because you're not putting a title on him. He ain't gonna get one now. You didn't give him the briefcase. He's so over as his own character now. Do you throw him back in with the Usos, or do you do one of those things to where he's a Bloodline OG member only when he's supposed to be with the Bloodline, but he's still his own thing, along with Sami Zayn? Like, how do you even do that dynamic? Because we hear rumors of different people potentially helping. Brock Lesnar potentially coming back to help. They threw CM Punk in there because of the whole connection with Paul Heyman and their interaction previously in the year when CM Punk just came back. So it's like, I don't know who you can really throw in to help him, because it ain't gonna be no one else in that locker room, because everybody happy to see Roman get beat up right now.
Well, it's
especially what he done put everybody through.
Well, it's August. They got 2 months to fucking figure it out before November. Because War Games is going to be set up for the Bloodline storyline, so whoever they're going to throw it in there is going to be whoever's going to go in there to take down the Bloodline. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I think gonna happen, bro? Because like I see what the WWE wants to do. I just don't know how they gonna get here from this point, because you have this new bloodline, right? The OG bloodline, everybody's basically walking their own path, but they're eventually going to run back into each other to take this new bloodline out, because according to the Usos and Roman, obviously it's being done the wrong way. He went about getting his power and doing everything the wrong way, whatever. What happens to this new bloodline after War Games? Do they stay together? Is Solo still gonna be this tribal chief of the new thing? Does The Rock finally reveal himself to be the person behind Solo? So now you have The Rock and Solo as the new bloodline, or the only bloodline with Jimmy, Jay, and Roman forced to tag team up to stop him or whatever? Like, where do they even go, fam? Because I see potential lanes, but I don't see how they work completely because of how you built everybody else who's no longer there.
I could tell you, I don't know. All I know is they better have something great come along with this story.
They better, fam.
Because if they don't,
it's cooked.
it's gonna be fucked up and it's gonna be over. And then on top of that, you gotta John Cena's gonna be the biggest focal point next year.
Oh yeah,
Because he's retiring. So everybody's gonna want to get the piece of John Cena throughout the whole year.
Oh yeah, so they better have a good.
I want Matt Cardona. WWE, make it happen.
Right. Hey yo, you know what? Storyline wise, that would actually make sense.
Be the best fucking thing on the planet right now.
Wise, that would make perfect sense, especially after what John did, basically helping halt everything that he was doing, saying, "Nah, I don't think he's that guy." Yeah, that would be a perfect end.
That would be the greatest thing ever.
Hit him with the Rough Rider, fam.
Fuck that. He comes in as Zack Ryder. And he celebrates with John Cena, and then he turns on him
with the clothesline
and reintroduces himself as Matt Cardona. Zack Ryder is fucking dead. Matt Cardona is here to stay, and I'm like, ooh, that's a killer fucking. That's a killer fucking way to debut.
Yeah, because he's faced everybody else. Because we've seen the Randy Orton thing like a million times.
I damn sure against Punk. But Punk said he wants another shot at him, so I was like,
nah, Punk is too fragile for that, bro. I don't need to see somebody who's not even trying to be in the wrestling ring no more.
We're gonna get it. But
we're gonna get that, and we're gonna get what's his name?
Randy
Orton versus.
We're gonna get a Randy Orton versus John Cena, a Roman Reigns versus John Cena, The Rock versus John Cena. I don't care about none of those. I'm looking for, if WWE do this right, go get Matt Cardona. Please get him out of TNA, bring him back in WWE, and make that storyline happen.
You don't even gotta get him out of TNA. Just say, yo, come do the storyline real quick.
That sign him for like 3 months. Give him like fucking what?
Exactly.
Give him like $3-4 million for 3 months.
Let him do the whole Zack Ryder thing. Let him do the woo woo woo. I'm back.
And let him come.
Try to make it look like that's what he gonna do, but he's like, nah, that's dead.
Turn him, and he turns into Matt Cardona on that nigga, and it's over. People would be like in shocked. Like, you got to create a shocking moment, and it'd be a great shocking moment. But I think if he comes back, fans are going to cheer Matt Cardona, and they're going to be like, "Oh, they're going to cheer," and then so he has to come back as a certain type of entity to where it can construct it to where he can be a heel, because Matt Cardona is a heel. So if he can construct it in a certain way where he can be a heel and draft a good storyline, and then week by week by week by week cut good promos on John Cena, it'd be great. It'd be a great story. And then John Cena, if they drag it out for like 3 months, John Cena loses all the matches except for one. And that's it.
Basically, tap into his inner Triple H, bro.
Yeah. So what we got is, we got some questionable matches that might show up on the card, but we got 3 confirmed ones. We got this mixed tag match between Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, the Terror Twins versus the new love couple, Liv Morgan and Liv and Dom. So, thoughts on anybody who's gonna win?
Lie to you, bro. This match finna be trash. So, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it's gonna be trash for these 2 reasons. Dominic Mysterio has not been built up as an in-ring competitor to even bang with Damian Priest like that. If I see for more than 5 minutes Damian Priest is on that ground struggling to get up against Dominic Mysterio, I'm turning off the match. 2, we have seen Liv Morgan run every single time Rhea Ripley has come out there. If you tell me for more than 7 minutes that Rhea Ripley's on that ground with no real injury, no shoulder injury, no nothing, and Liv is doing work, I'm turning off the match. I'm telling you right now, this is the biggest mismatch I have ever seen in my life, and it's because of how they wrote these characters. So there's absolutely the only way that I can see Liv and Dom winning this match is if Finn Balor, Carlito, and Big Head Swole Dome comes out there and gets involved in this match and takes out Priest and Rhea somehow. That's the only way that I've seen him win this match.
I think that's
outside of that, This is a waste of time.
But I think that's what they said. They said that that's what it's gonna build into. It's gonna build into the feud between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. But I'm looking at it as, why are we getting a mixed tag match? And then on top of that, why is Damian Priest but it's like they're involving this, and I'm like, I get it. It's part of it's a part of the Judgment Day storyline and whatnot. And then they were thinking about renaming the group to Street Trash.
Street Trash.
I was like, what? Why? Why are you?
That was actually Finn Balor's idea, because he heard the promo that what's his name cut Gunther.
Yeah,
he wanted to legit change the new name to Street Trash, and everybody online said, "Bro, what are you doing? That's like the word." Ain't nobody trying to say coming to the ring, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Street Trash. Like what? Vince McMahon's not here no more, bro. You don't gotta call yourself nothing stupid or try and impress the old guy, bro. Like you don't gotta do none of that.
Club. I want the Bullet Club. I mean, maybe not the Bullet Club, but I want him to be what he was when he was in the Bullet Club. I need that guy.
You know what? You know what the biggest problem I have noticed is, no one knows what to do with Finn Balor for real. Like they know what to do with him. They are just afraid to pull that trigger. And I'm gonna say this right now. He had no business just putting over Damian Priest and both Dominic Mysterio like that, and he doesn't even get the proper payoff that he was supposed to get. Not one time. The most they gave him was a tag team championship. Take a look at everything that basically happened with this group. Damian Priest is on a whole nother level that he wasn't even on before Jordan Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley now, even when she was a heel, was being cheered for as if she's out here saving the world, but she's out here kidnapping men and putting them in chokeholds in the corner with her legs. And now we got Dominic Mysterio, who can't even speak on the mic without the whole crowd booing, bro. And then there's Finn Balor.
I get that, but when Judgment Day started, I knew Rhea Ripley was the one that was going to be the star from that.
Oh, definitely. We all knew that.
Damian Priest.
I didn't know what Damian Priest was going to turn into.
He was going to be a mid Carter to me. I 100% he was going to be a mid Carter, and he was going to struggle.
At most, I thought he was going to be a tag team champion. I thought they were going to put him with somebody else, because we saw him with the U.S. championship, and the crowd, they were behind him, but they weren't like that. So I just thought, all right, they're gonna throw somebody else in here. They're gonna do the whole evolution thing. They're gonna make him a tag team champion with somebody else.
Nah, I like, really, he was supposed to be like, he was gonna be he was a mid Carter to me, and then Dominic Mysterio was gonna be another mid Carter. I felt like Finn Balor should have got that entire rub, but Finn Balor took the lower road to push other people. So I hope with this iteration of Judgment Day, he can get the shine that he's supposed to get.
Exactly, because I don't see anybody else in this group that could potentially take that shine away from him. Because Carlito is there for just for comedic relief. JD McDonough, he's not gonna be that guy. Man. And then Dom is in his own world to live. He's not even.
If they allow JD McDonough to talk and he can step away from Finn Balor as a tag team, they can step away from each other as a tag team and actually let JD.
No, they are.
JD McDonough can actually be a good heel. He has done it. In NXT.
Yeah, definitely. He has the head shape. He has the jawline structure.
Yeah, he can be.
He has that whole Super Mario evil builder block.
It's just they're not doing shit with him. And
because they couldn't do anything with him, because if you really look at how that group was constructed, you weren't going to pay him any type of attention, because you had three heels going to work at the same time. You had Dominic Mysterio, you had Rhea Ripley, and you had Damian Priest, and then you had Finn Balor. You had four people already in this group doing so many different things that was going to be the detriment to the downfall, that even if you saw JD, it wouldn't even have mattered. Now, I think they're going to try and make the World Heavyweight Champion Finn Balor, and they got to do something else with JD McDonough. Probably make him the mid-Carter next, and then probably put Carlito and Dominic in that tag team now.
I don't
that's
know.
The only that's what I can see.
I don't know. I don't know why Carlito's even there. He's an afterthought, and he ain't been shit since he came back to
Because
WWE.
if you think about it, where would Carlito even be if he wasn't involved in this whole Judgment Day thing? Like, he would have been lost. Because really, I think he was just supposed to be there for the whole Puerto Rico show that they had. And then because of the crowd
No,
response,
he
he
would have
ended up
been.
agreeing to come back.
He would have
But
been a mid
he wouldn't be
carder.
doing. No, he would not be on TV every week. The mid card doing what? With who?
He had a
who?
fucking
Over
gimmick
who?
though.
Over who? Don't nobody care about him spitting no apples in 2024, bro. Ain't nobody trying to see that.
But
He got COVID and everything going around, and he out here spitting on people. You think we want to see that?
But he
Bro,
had a
back then,
gimmick.
yeah, I would love to see that.
He had a gimmick. That gimmick really didn't go nowhere. That gimmick didn't like
It
really.
don't gotta go nowhere, but when there's COVID flying around, it gotta get put in the bag.
Man.
What happens if we get put on lockdown again? You still gonna show somebody spitting on people? Gimmick done. All right. So with that being said, his whole gimmick right now is just being funny, bro. That's it to me. He's there
it's
for
working.
comedic relief. It's
No,
working.
not, but
He
okay.
don't need to. Hey, listen, he got enough people laughing. I don't laugh, but hey, if it works, it works.
If it works,
Judgment Day, however,
down,
I don't know, bro, but Judgment Day just looks anemic, bro. I don't like how the roster is shaped. I don't think they're gonna do anything, even with Finn leading it. We have seen these past 2 weeks, they just getting dusted by one guy. Like, you haven't seen Priest beaten up one time yet. Yet we see Roman on SmackDown come back this past week and he got packed up. I haven't seen Roman get packed up like this in over 3 years, bro.
Exactly.
That's how long we haven't seen him packed up. He on the ground, he's squirming, his arm in one direction, his body in another.
He got
getting cheeks in his face. Roman got the whole night. He met everybody. He basically met everybody, and he met the one person everybody was trying to keep him away from, and he realized why they were trying to keep him away. Then you got the Judgment Day, who can't do anything.
Man, it's that Triple H booking, man. He booked something great and then booked something terrible at the same time.
I just think it's just creative. They just run out of ideas at some point. Like, at some point, they just gotta have like cold spots before it warms up again. This is one of those things in Judgment Day where it's like, what do you even like? Where do you even turn? Because who are you even gonna add? Because it's not like you hinted at adding nobody. You didn't plant any seeds to add anyone. If you do add anyone, it's gonna be random and it's not gonna make any sense. You saw Chad Gable for weeks try to get the Creed brothers, and he eventually got them. So this isn't that situation.
But that was
the only person you were talking to was Carlito. That's it.
But that was planned though. Like that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Always,
I don't see the plan for Judgment. I don't see anyone who could potentially join that's gonna matter and help Finn put this group over, because everybody else who can put it over is doing their own thing. Like Liv and Dom are like, I don't even count them as being in the Judgment Day no more, because those two are going to split as soon as this whole thing is over.
If they can get the Luke Gallows and Kyle Anderson, and if they can get AJ Styles, Judgment Day will turn into the Bullet Club. If they can get those two on board,
it just sounds more.
There's another problem. AJ Styles and Finn Balor, they're top guys, bro.
Yeah, and
who's going for that title? Because if you're talking about helping out Finn, AJ gonna want what Finn got.
How many times AJ Styles has a top title shot already, and won the championship? It's not.
Probably
it's
like
not like
once, twice.
And I'm pretty sure he's a multi-time WWE champion since he's been in WWE. Finn Balor only won that title once. He has not. He hasn't had any other title shots. So it's like, literally, if AJ Styles comes in, then it could put him over. If AJ Styles doesn't come in, I know Luke Gallows and Kyle Anderson is coming in. Those were the original members of Bullet Club. So
who needs to be putting somebody over right now and dropping stuff is Cody Rhodes, bro. Give that belt to Finn and get it out the way.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Well, we got another fucking championship match that we're getting, which is the World Heavyweight title, Gunther versus Randy Orton.
Gunther.
So My predictions are Gunther is gonna win the title.
Listen, I'm going with my
And
nigga Randy.
yeah, but Randy's not gonna go down without a fight. But my
I'm going with my
prediction,
nigga Randy.
yeah, my predictions is Gunther winning that title.
I'll die on the sword with Randy.
Okay, what about you, Ace?
He says Randy too.
Gunther's gonna win this shit
This nigga said Randy.
because Gunther just started his reign. Why the hell you gonna take that shit away from him?
Because it's Randy.
Randy. Make it sound like a goddamn broken record. Bruh, Randy ain't gonna win shit except for ass whooping. Is he gonna fight? Yeah, he's gonna fight. But he's fighting to lose. Because once the chopping begins, who the fuck is
Listen,
Randy
bro.
Orton?
Listen, bro.
Hold on,
It only takes one
goddamn it.
RKO.
Hold on, goddammit. You've been saying a lot.
Takes one
My turn.
RKO, ho.
Look, ho. All it takes is a couple chops to make it turn into a taco meat session, and it's game over for RKO. Don't get me wrong. I love RKO. I love Randy Keith Orton. I fuck with Randy. He's one of my favorites. But that
Randy
nigga ain't
Cheek
winning.
Orton. Get it right.
Nigga, Randy Cheeks is gonna get demolished by Gunther. Cause who the fuck is gonna be really fucking with Gunther? And then we already know what's the next feud after this. So that's what I'm saying. Randy, I love you very much. RKO that motherfucker, but your ass ain't winning. He ain't winning. Because my bigger question on that is, let's say hypothetically if Randy did win, who the fuck is he gonna fight?
Cody to unify them championships.
Do you really want to go through that bullshit again?
Hell no, but you know that Triple H would do it.
It ain't gonna happen. I'm telling you right now.
Well, speaking of Cody Rhodes,
because it's Randy.
Speaking of Cody,
all I'm saying, we'll get to Cody Rhodes, but fuck Cody right now. We're talking about Randy.
It's Randy.
All I'm saying is Randy, will he give me a great match to watch? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Will he give me some fucking awesome, like, oh my god moments? Yes, I do believe so as well. But as of winning, there's no fucking way, unless he becomes a super heel. But he's not going to, not yet.
Well,
so Randy's gonna be the winner for me. I mean,
we don't know that Randy's gonna get dropped off. It doesn't even make sense because he's not even a Raw superstar. So we already know he was losing off that too. He's not beating no chop heavy at the top of his game, Gunther, right now. He gonna powerbomb the hell out of Randy. Because we don't know what the next story is. Yeah, it's gonna be him and Cody next. So I don't even know.
Right, and then with Gunther, it's gonna be with fucking Seth Rollins.
Yeah, and I think that's the only reason why Randy got thrown into this because one, that feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre is still happening because it was delayed a bit due to CM Punk's injury. Then Seth isn't here because he's rehabbing whatever injury that he still had that he came back early from for whatever reason. Then there was really no one else who's really prepared right now to go for that title outside of Priest, who at this moment is in a storyline with the Judgment Day. So right now, there was no one else to really put him up against. You're not going to put him up against Bronson Reed yet. It doesn't make sense. So that wasn't going to happen. So it was just Randy, but nah, he's not winning that match. He actually, if y'all do recall what Brock Lesnar did to Randy back in one of those pay-per-views where he was just giving him those forearm shots and busted him open and ended that match. Yeah, I can see a chop heavy match happening to the point where, that something similar might happen. Or Randy's gonna get so tired, beat down that he's gonna be exhausted.
Randy
Randy down, bro.
Simple. It's simple.
Like all
So
of our veteran wrestlers that this year is getting dropped off, bro. It just has to happen,
I know it hurts, bro. I know it hurts.
bro.
That's the
Like when
reality.
we like when we get to AEW and we gotta talk about Bryan Danielson. Oh,
This nigga. So before we get to
they
that,
doing him wrong.
we got one more championship match, the WWE championship match. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens.
All right, number one, fuck this match. I'm gonna. This isn't even gonna be long. This isn't gonna be drawn out for me. I don't like either one of these characters right now. What they're doing with them. You have this Kevin Owens. Oh, I don't even want this title opportunity. I don't deserve. Bro, if you just don't turn heel and go get that title, bro, after everything that you just did for Cody and he's extended this to you, and you want to talk about you don't deserve it, then I got super soft Cody over here having the back of Kevin Owens when he's about to get jumped. Bro, I'm telling you, I hate the both of these characters. Cody's even more. This has been the worst championship reign I've ever seen.
Are you sure it's the worst?
What
Are
happened?
you sure it's
No,
the worst?
No.
Bro,
Wait.
it's up there. It's up there.
No. It's the worst this year. Out of the championship matches between both promotions, Cody Rhodes has been the worst championship champion this year. Damian Priest really had some competitors, but his was a little iffy, but he had like a sense of camaraderie with his fucking championship. So his title reign was actually there, and he had promos and wrestlers stepping up. Cody Rhodes, him as champion after the bloodline, can't get away from the bloodline.
No. You want to know what his biggest problem is? He cuts the same style promo every single time he's out there to the point where it's boring to me now. What do you want to talk about? He talks about his daddy. He talks about being the American nightmare. He talks about the same thing about getting over the odds and how he's going to defeat this and he's going to have to fight. Like, bro, if you don't go Resident Evil Wesker and go rogue a few times, bro, and turn heel in some of these matches and do what you got to do, make this interesting, bro. You trying to be this American hero is boring.
And then on top of that,
like he doesn't have the look of a super face to me. Like he has that tweener look, like I can trust him, but I can't.
But look, on top of that, he was the top baby face until Roman Reigns just came back. So I don't know if
exactly.
I don't know if he's still gonna be top baby face while Roman Reigns are. We haven't seen the reports. I don't know what the sales are, but from what I'm looking at, Roman Reigns is the top babyface right now because fans are screaming, "We want Roman." OTC, they are chanting that motherfucker every time he comes out into this ring. So I'm not gonna lie to you, Cody Rhodes he needs some rivalries. He needs something fast because he is ass as champion right now. And the best nigga that's been doing it and been doing it since fucking, when did he win that title? I think it was Revolution. Since he won the title, he's been having the best matches of all time. Cutting the best promos, even though sometimes it runs stale, he's been getting challengers after challengers after fucking challengers. Swerve Strickland has been looking very strong on AEW at this point. So I'm trying to figure out, what are they doing with Cody Rhodes? What is going on, WWE?
The only thing
what is the
I
blonde
can see
hair?
them possibly doing just to even make it a little bit interesting is if The Rock comes back and he and Cody Rhodes got some weird.
Well, that's what they're
holding
the title for. They're holding it until he comes back, and then they're gonna do that feud between him and The Rock.
I don't even think it's gonna be a feud, bro. I really think Cody might be the head of some sort of bloodline, bro.
I don't know,
because you can't keep Cody face at this point.
But
it wouldn't even make sense because they don't have a major heel on SmackDown. You're gonna need The Rock.
So on that note,
because Roman was the major heel.
On that note, I don't have to really say it, but we all know Cody Rhodes is gonna win the match. So
yeah, that's why I was like, this match is stupid. I don't even know why he did this.
I'm tossing up to Cody. But I want to hear from another particular person. So Ace, what's your thoughts on
No,
this man?
hold up. Just one more thing. One more
Oh, all right,
thing.
that's why I'm like quiet because I know he's gonna keep going. Go ahead, keep
Just
going. Let me hear
I've
your hate.
noticed on these international shows, they like to do these stupid last minute matches, and this is one of them for Cody. You could have done this with anyone else on that roster and made it interesting. Anybody else who's on the come up, anybody else who could have been like, I was waiting for my opportunity, but you kept on dealing yourself with the bloodline, whether it had to do with you or not. Something like that. Y'all gave it to Kevin Owens like we don't know that Randy Orton isn't next. Like it only makes sense. So I don't. The storytelling with Cody's ass now. Like he wrote the story and that's it. I'm gonna let Ace get to it. Nigga Cody ass.
All right, Ace, go ahead and say what you gotta say.
I'm
Cody
afraid to say
ass.
something, man. I'm afraid to say something.
Go ahead, bitch.
Look, bitch. So, I think Cody's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, right? Nah, you can't even say it. Like you know I'm bullshitting. This storyline is bullshit. Must I say, as well. It's been boring as fuck. I don't care what the fuck he does anymore. That's not good. That is not good as a fan. Like it's been true. He's been saying the same shit all day, every day, for the past 6 months since he won this goddamn belt. So, what do you want to talk about? It's like, nigga, I want to talk about something else instead of talking my daddy, my mama, my daddy, my like, I don't. Okay, congratulations, you finally did it. When the fuck are you gonna do something next? When are you gonna do something new?
For
Cool.
himself.
Hold on,
bro.
goddammit. Hold on, goddammit.
Yeah, bitch.
Look, bitch. When I'm saying, before you throw me off, this nigga Cody is pretty much taking the whole safe way as being a champ. Like my man Kadonis kept saying, there's no storyline. There's really nothing that can really hit except this whole bloodline story. Like, unfortunately, with Cody, he became part of the vortex of the bloodline. He can't get away from it. If he does anything else, it sucks. But then if it's involved with bloodline, there's some type of chance. So it's a predictable match off the rip that Cody's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Cody's gonna win, but Cody's either gonna win by disqualification because of some bullshit, or because Kevin Owens decides to go fucking heel and do some dumb shit, or it's gonna be a clean win, which is gonna be the most boring results of them all.
It's gonna be a clean win. They're gonna shake hands and do whatever afterward. It's Cody Rhodes, bro. They're really doing this hero angle with him. I think the biggest issue is they got the wrong people as heels and the wrong people as face at the moment. LA Knight should have been the guy facing Cody Rhodes right now. You could have given that mid-card title to either Santos, Andrade,
but
Carmelo Hayes.
No, because LA Knight, because LA Knight should have got a title. He should have had the championship around his waist a long time ago.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why he should have been the WWE champ. Listen, I'm all for LA Knight being WWE champ. I'm all for it. Listen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Listen. I cut a promo right now in your ass, bro. Listen.
I don't want to listen to that.
Anyway,
listen.
Let me. So I propose this question: would you think Cody Rhodes would have been a better champion if he won the AEW World Title in AEW if he was still in AEW?
No,
I think he would have been trash.
Hold on, God, let me say this. I say no because he was already getting booed the fuck out the building.
Okay.
And you're telling me if he won that belt, it would have been different?
As far as people lining up for him to wrestle, yes.
Nah. Not at all.
It
would not be a difference, and the only difference is it'd just be worse for him.
No.
Because
no. you
Oh,
right in that
yeah.
you're right in that scale, but I'm saying no because the lack of he doesn't have he's not attached to this thing that he can't escape from. That's the issue with him being champion in WWE. It don't matter. You are attached to this bloodline storyline that you can't fucking escape from. So I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, it's like, if he was AEW champion, you have a slew of contenders and you're not attached to a fucking story. You're not attached to this big storyline that
But
you
it doesn't
can't.
matter. But it doesn't matter if he went wrestle with somebody else. What matters is not it's the storyline and what can he make it me give a fuck about. And right now he's not making me give a fuck about shit. If he was still in AEW, but with the continuous booze he was continuing getting, if he turned heel, we're talking differently now. But we all know he didn't want to. He didn't want to fucking change. He wanted to be the Hulk Hogan or the Stone. I don't know who of the biggest fucking baby face. That's not gonna happen for him there in AEW because we all know AEW fans are a lot more fucking ruthless than goddamn WWE.
Yeah, because I was going to point that out as well. Like the fan bases is a little bit different in AEW. AEW is a little bit more ECW.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Cody, don't get me wrong, I fuck with Cody, but it's just not working for him to do so. And if you wanted to put that alternative reality where he was the champ on the other company, it would be the same shit.
It would be the same, bro.
I highly disagree. As far as I'm looking at it as people who he can wrestle and have great matches with, regardless of
can he have a great story?
Regardless of the story or whatnot, yes, because he can cut a better promo. I don't want to say 100% yes. I would say I'm gonna give it like a 40% chance of yes, a 40% because on the fact that he can cut a more edgier promo than that, and then the depending on who he's working with, it would be more sensible for him to make him like to put him over. So it's like the wrestlers
do that.
The wrestlers that
he tried to do that with Go-Go, and look what happened. He became a meme of, oh look, Cody's trying to say fucking racist.
But you can't sit there and lie that his match against MJF didn't, like, you can't say that.
Because it's MJF.
Okay, so what if like okay, you got Swerve Strickland. If he had wrestled Swerve Strickland and Swerve Strickland was heel, like, come on now. Kenny Omega went heel. Hangman Adam Page at the time, maybe not, but yeah. And then CM Punk, if CM Punk was there, come on, like that would have been something that what they're even alluding to that might happen sometime in the future in WWE somewhere. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE title, but I'm talking about it in AEW. Like AEW had a slew of people there that could have been the thing that woulda, shoulda. That could have got him over as a face, even though the fans might not like it. But the storyline would have been a little bit more better than what the fuck we got.
Still wouldn't have worked. It still wouldn't have worked because at that point in time for Cody, either you become a heel or you can stay a babyface, but be booed the fuck out the building like 2015 through 2019 of Roman Reigns. I mean,
but that's fans. He could have worked that in. He could have worked those fans over being face.
He could have.
He had what's
and he didn't.
Yeah,
and
that's because
now he's. But the thing is, that's why now it doesn't even matter. Right now, what matters is this nigga's in WWE. He is champ. And he ain't doing shit.
That's his fault. He should have never went. He wanted to come back to be that particular thing, be a champion, and you're a champion now. But you are an ass champion since that. Even the match that you had with AJ Styles in the feud, that didn't really resonate with me since you lost the title.
It didn't. It really didn't.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's on Fox. You can't cut an edgier promo or SmackDown. Whatever.
He's boring, bro.
It's just that. Boring. Honestly, he's boring. Like that's
his whole character gimmick. Boring.
Like, bro, you can say whatever you want to try to justify Cody, or maybe what can change with Cody. the number one thing that Cody needs to change is stop being fucking boring. He's
Exactly.
fucking boring.
I don't know.
And the
Because
reason why
how
Cody
many?
got
Hold on. How many fucking promos has Cody gave you that you're like, you know what? This is some good shit.
none of them.
The ones
It's
that
the same thing.
the ones that he used to do when he was in AEW.
See,
We're
but this
talking about
isn't. This
WWE. You're
isn't. This
None
isn't
of them,
AEW
like literally,
Cody, though.
not. But see, the promos that he gave me that were decent are attached to a fucking storyline. It's been attached to this fucking storyline that
Exactly,
everybody's been
but-
attached to, and he can't fucking get away from. That's my issue with this shit. That's why I say,
and that's the thing. The way that they built Cody was supposed to be the hero to the anti-hero, which is Roman Reigns. They built him to the point where he's gonna get the vast majority cheers over Roman. Roman didn't have anybody to really combat him outside of probably Seth Rollins in terms of who can be that face to oppose him. But Seth is on another show.
But you got to remember this.
You bring in Cody, who's now giving you these promos that you haven't heard him cut before here in WWE, and you're like, oh, that's dope, and that's cool. Then he finally wins it, and now you're able to just see him every week with this title do the same thing. They're not letting him be the edgy character he was in AEW. They got him being this controlled person who's moving to the beat of this bloodline drum, where he's always got to kind of look out for him. So he always has to do the I'm a superhero John Cena. They got him on his John Cena right now.
And that's a bad thing. I feel like what they could do is switch him to a different brand. Switch him to
That might
Raw.
happen.
Switch
That
him to
might
Raw,
happen.
but don't take away CM Punk. Don't take away Seth Rollins.
Oh my God.
Don't take away Finn Balor or not. Don't just replace Gunther
And put Priest on SmackDown with Gunther.
and you put Cody
Get everybody
Rhodes.
away from that Judgment Day thing. Get Priest on SmackDown. Get Gunther on SmackDown. That would actually work.
That would change Cody Rhodes' whole thing. 'Cause
Especially with them going to Netflix, you can let Cody kind of let off a little bit, kind of let him.
And that's why I say, like, I get it. The fact that y'all say it could or whatever. I see he was a little bit better in AEW than he is in WWE, and he wasn't never attached to a storyline that he can't escape from.
Exactly. It's almost like he has to cut these promos because of the storyline, like
That he's attached to
like
that he can't fucking get away.
And it's
from.
annoying, bro, because I'm like, Cody, we know you can do so much more, bro, but there has to be a way y'all can get him out of the storyline. He already beat Roman.
You
already beat him. They simply could have
remember.
just taken him out of that storyline.
But
they could.
Bloodline do whatever they doing.
They
Hold
could.
And let him come back later.
Hold on. You gotta remember though.
Takes out of them cheeks.
This is that you a bitch, and that Roman Reigns runs the show.
But I'm not saying that. It's like the day after WrestleMania, The Rock came out. So they are holding that, and he's stuck in that storyline until The Rock comes back, which is terrible. So anything that you fucking build in between before The Rock's come back, it means nothing. It fucking means nothing. And he looks like an idiot on television every night, talking about, what do you want to talk about? Here comes Solo Sikoa. What do you want to talk about? Here comes Jacob Fatu. Then KO, Randy Orton comes and save him. Instead of getting wrestlers that's going to get in his face, give him a chance, give him a challenge on talking, give him a challenge on being a character, put some promos
You know what?
in. That's why I say, like,
Now
a good.
that you say that, yeah, not that you say that, I do see a strange possibility happening, and exactly what you're saying. Let's say, for example, he ends up getting a story like that. Let's say it's with Randy, but he ends up losing that title due to unforeseen circumstances, like the bloodline randomly gets involved because of their hatred for Cody or whatever, only for it to be some manipulative move by The Rock for him to align himself with Cody to make sure either A, Cody can't win that title again, and he gotta help the bloodline, or Cody becomes a part of the bloodline somehow. Because you know they keep on talking about how his family is in an odd way connected and all of that. So it could be something, but they got to do something with this character, bro.
But you see what I'm saying, bro? you just gave a opportunity for the bloodline storyline to continue with Cody Rhodes.
I mean, Cody doesn't have another. He doesn't have any other identity.
Trying to remove him from that completely. The only issue with that is you can't. He can't fucking leave from that shit.
No matter
what. This is
what
why when I say would he be a better champion in AEW? I say Definitely. Yes because he doesn't have nothing attached to it. And he has a slew of wrestlers that could really work, and he can work with promo. Regardless of him not wanting to turn fucking heel, he still would have been a decent babyface despite the fans booing him and not wanting him. If you work a good storyline around it, you would be great. The issue with the Malachi Black situation and all those wrestlers, Malachi Black was hot as hell when he came into AEW because he just got released from WWE and his character was fucking great, and his character didn't really pan out in fucking WWE. So him going in the feud with Cody Rhodes, it really didn't work because Cody didn't make it work, and then he didn't really have nothing to connect it with, and then there's no championship around it. Like, the feud with MJF made sense. The feud with Brody Lee made sense. Like, he had great matches with certain wrestlers. Great storylines with certain wrestlers. It's the opponents that he has are not really doing anything in WWE, and then he is stuck in that fucking bloodline feud until WrestleMania 41. So we're going to sit here and see Cody Rhodes from now until April, when Vegas come around and The Rock comes back or whatever, and we're going to see what are you want to talk about.
Get this shit over with.
Like, because it's not going nowhere, bro.
It's ridiculous now, because even after WrestleMania, what do you even do with them? What do you do with Jacob, Solo, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga? What do you do with them? Because you can't just end the story there. Because Roman is still always going to be around them. What do you do with everybody involved? Where does Paul Heyman go? Does he just fall off the map? Does he get Brock Lesnar back somehow? Does he realign himself with CM Punk to get CM Punk back on track to beat everybody to get another world championship opportunity? Does he just be the wise man for Roman? Like, what? The fact is, I don't even think creative has an end for this. I think they're just doing this on a month by month basis, bro, or until The Rock says whatever. Because this not making any sense. Why do we still have Cody wrapped in this, bro? Like, there's no reason for him to be wrapped in it. They easily could have had the Roman versus Solo and the Bloodline thing away from Cody. Hell, y'all could have drafted Cody to Raw.
I'm not gonna lie to you. At this particular point, it looks like we're not getting any answers that we are wanting. And on this particular point, Cody Rhodes is gonna be ass until The Rock comes back. So get used to seeing that face and that mug and him holding that championship until WrestleMania. So, and he gonna be cutting them same shitty ass promos on Friday Night SmackDown until January, unless they change him and put him on Monday Night Raw. And it's still, if they did that, I don't even know what they're gonna do with that shit. So I don't know. Anyway, we were gonna move on to All In, because All In has a full card almost. They added a couple more matches. So let's go into All In. Did anybody catch Dynamite and Collision last night?
Collision, no, but I got a couple highlights off of that, and of course, Dynamite. Because
did you watch the? I didn't watch that interview with MJF. I didn't watch that shit. So did you?
Which one?
The interview with MJF with the Walt Culture and the Russell Talk, because he's in the UK.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
I saw a segment meme that they took whatever they took out of context from the Australian boy conversation, whatever they took that shit out of context and they made a meme out of it and made him look so fucking crazy.
And that's the point. He even admitted that he wanted to make himself look crazy, which is in content. The part of that Jay starts talking about is he says that he wants to grab the little boy and do whatever he wants with that little boy. Of course, referring to
Oh.
Will Ospreay and to Fletcher.
Bruh, that shit.
But
If I could find that meme.
like, because me, I'm a fan of him. I can explain it better, but it's still no Diddy. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I send you that meme, I'm gonna find that meme. I'm gonna send you that fucking meme. You gonna see how fucking fucked up that meme.
Oh, I know, because like the bait thing, he kept saying in an open-minded wrestling terms, he's like, I'm gonna fuck this kid up. I'm gonna embarrass the guy. He can't do shit. Like, I'm the master of him. Like, yada yada yada, right? But then when you really look at it, is unfortunately, but on purposely, just because it's funny, makes it seem like he likes to touch little boys. And we all know that's not the case. It's very, very hard to defend this man. But, he's just talking a lot of shit.
I don't know why you defend him.
Because he's the god. He's the god. But in this particular moment,
Bruh.
I got an eyebrow raised like a motherfucker right now.
What? I was definitely that eyebrow.
But he's joking with it, because you can tell he's joking with it. But he made the joke in an uncomfortable way for us, where like we're saying, he says, have you never touched a little boy? Like, I've touched a little boy. But in his terms,
okay.
you know where I'm coming from. You know where I'm getting at.
Move on from this, because this is
It's kind of hard to defend him that way.
Yeah, I need you to stop. You're not doing a good job.
You ain't doing it no favor.
All it is just that was that. And we already know the main event is Will Ospreay. Well, not the main event, but one of the main events.
I don't know, because it's a lot of. It looked like more than one main event, because it's like 4 matches on here.
Well, we all know the main event is going to be Swerve Strickland.
The last match on the card is going to be the Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. But they can do exactly like what they did with Double or Nothing, and they can have, we got 4 main events, and I'm like, well, that's not a main event. So, but let's go over. Well, we're not gonna go all over Dynamite, but we're just gonna touch on some key moments. So, Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida, that was a great match. I saw, you know what I saw? I saw Bully Ray mention something about Camille. He said something to the slew of the fact that they should make Camille like China, and I was like, no. I don't think she needs to be China. I think she needs to be a dominant a dominant wrestler in the women's division. But I don't need her to be wrestling against men and wrestling against dudes. If anything, if you're going to do that, Nia Jax should be the first person to do that. Because she's already a dude. She just got tits. So, not Nia Jax. Nia Rose, excuse me. Nyla Rose is Nyla Rose is a dude, and she's a chick with tits and whatnot. So it's like, that should be the person that you should be putting against men if you're gonna do that first. But building,
I was looking at Camille. She don't look like no dude fighter.
Yeah, she looks like an Anna Jay twin. That's what she looks like to me. So it's like she's just a little bit bigger and taller. That's it. She's not China. China was ugly before she got that facial reconstruction. She was ugly, and she looked like she fit in with the men. So, and I still don't know why. We're not gonna talk about that anyway. but she looked like she fit in with the men. So in that structure, that made sense for her to do that. I don't need to see Camille do that. Like, if you're gonna give that rub, give that to Nyla Rose, because Nyla Rose is a man with titties, but she's a man. Like, give that rub.
She identifies as a woman. So.
She does. She identifies as a woman, but bro, you still a man, and you still got the shit hanging out. Like, you ain't go get that shit surgeryed up or anything like that. Despite how much they pay you, you didn't surgery up that shit. You still a man, and you talk like a man. You shouting that shit you shouting that shit during Rampage against them 2 dudes. So yeah, Anyway, Hikaru Shida and Mercedes Moné, good match. What they gonna do with Hikaru Shida, man?
We'll find out after All In, honestly, because that's
Man,
pretty much what's gonna happen for her.
because she's been off TV, and you know what's so bad about Hikaru Shida right now? She really picked the worst time to come back on TV. Like she really do. Like they pick you, and you literally they picked you to come back to lose.
That's to lose, bro.
Yeah, like they really picked you. Really came back on the worst time to just lose to people. Like I know you're a credible name, but like come the fuck on, because she wasn't supposed to win against Sky Blue. She was supposed to lose. I was like, all right. Hangman Adam Page. What? I look. Damn, and I really don't want another fucking match because that match is already fucking stacked. It's fucking stacked. That card is gonna be stacked as shit. But I do want to see Hangman Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett. I do. I really
You
do.
might get that on All Out.
You know
Yeah,
what?
All In is that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking, All In is
10
stacked,
matches
so
deep.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have All Out in the after that week or so. So
Yeah.
you can hope for that. If it's
The-
not that, then I think from what I heard, it should be Swerve Strickland versus Hangman and Page in All Out.
Well, no. I don't know about that.
That's what I've been hearing about.
I know they're
lately.
supposed to align, but I don't know if that's gonna be an all-out thing. I don't know. We'll see. But that I barely caught a couple of glimpses of that match, but from what people were saying, Jay Lethal really looked like the old Jay Lethal during that match, but he, lost to Hangman Adam Page. Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong. Great triple threat match. Orange Cassidy will be, I guess, the last person for that.
He's the first. He's
going to be the
first
first person. Oh,
yeah.
So he'd be the first person in that casino. Was it the Casino Battle Royale? The Royal Rumble?
Casino Gauntlet Battle Royale. It's the Gauntlet.
The Casino Royal Rumble. Okay. Or the Casino
Too
Rumble.
tough to say?
No.
Too tough to say to you? What?
No, I don't care to say it. It's going to be called the Casino Rumble because that's what it should be called.
Why?
Because that's what the fuck it is.
Not exactly. Not exactly.
Okay, so you explain to me what this is then.
Okay, it's easy. It's whoever is the first person to get a submission or pinfall wins the whole shit. And the only concept of it different is you have multiple wrestlers coming in every either 2 minutes or every 5 minutes. So instead of getting pushed out or thrown over the rope like a regular Royal Rumble, it's just the ring gets filled up more and more until someone gets knocked the fuck out, lay on their back, and get pinned, or they get submitted, and then that's it. The whole thing is done. It's a first come first serve type thing.
How does that make sense?
It worked out this time around.
How does that make sense with a whole bunch of people in the ring?
What do you mean?
So you said every 2 minutes, a bunch of wrestlers come in. So
every 2 to 5 minutes, right?
So I'm indicating that what if we start with, let's say, from what I'm looking at, or better yet, we'll say Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly, or Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong start off.
Okay.
They wrestle. Then Kyle O'Reilly comes in, wrestles. Then a bunch of other wrestlers come in. They start wrestling. No one gets a pinfall. So at a point, you get up to like over time, you get up to like 10 wrestlers in that fucking match. And you're expecting to get a pinfall out of that? And what if it stops? And then what happens if it doesn't stop? What it goes up to 30 minutes in that ring? Do you expect them to get a pinfall?
It can happen.
Yeah, that don't make sense, bro. Just call it the Casino Rumble, and
just because you wanted to make it seem like it's a WWE thing.
I don't want to make it.
Gotta be different.
It's okay.
But that's what you're making it.
It's okay to rip off your competitors.
Sometimes they ripping up. Let them have their way. It's working because here's the best example. The last time they had it, who fucking won? Will Ospreay.
that was a gauntlet match, and most wrestlers
That's exactly what we're gonna have now.
it's gonna look like that,
Because
where wrestlers just
it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be exactly like that.
Okay.
But they're calling it the casino version.
Okay.
Because they're gonna try. Because the biggest thing is this is gonna be their main thing that they see is working. They see that it gets people talking and actually is a bit more understandable. I'm not saying it isn't like fucking Royal Rumble, but people understand it and they like it, so they're rolling with it.
Okay. The Young Bucks versus the Acclaim for the tag team titles
With FTR in it.
with, unfortunately, that turns in. So we have the announcement from Collision that it will be a triple threat match for the AEW tag team titles, Young Bucks, the Acclaim, and FTR. So they made that announcement on Collision. Yeah, I don't know why this match didn't come last. This match took a lot of time, which made no sense. This took a lot of fucking time, and this didn't come last. All for this Willa Yuta and Swerve Strickland match to just go by like real short. But then AEW has, for some odd reason, TBS allows them to get more time in. So I guess that it made sense, but I don't know. But that match, the Swerve Strickland match versus Willa Yuta match, wasn't bad. It pushed the storyline between Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson. So can't wait until All In next Sunday. It's gonna be great. All In starts at 1 p.m. next Sunday for people in America. People who is on the East Coast, yeah, it starts in at 1 p.m. People on the West Coast, good luck. I feel sorry for you fuckers because that shit starts at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. ain't that early, bro.
We're talking about people who don't like getting up in the morning. So if people who are not morning people, they are not getting up at 10 a.m. So I feel sorry for people like that.
So okay, let's say
if you are a morning person, then
I'm not saying we are. I'm asking you just specifically. Let's say if the pay-per-view started at 10 for you, how would you feel?
I would have to do my best to get up because I want to watch that pay-per-view because I paid for it. But if I'd be pissed because I'm like, why is it starting at 10 a.m.? But I'm like, whatever. I'm not trying to miss it. But I'm not a morning person, so I'm still going to kick my ass and complain about it. So
there it is.
Anyway, Collision, Britt Baker had a match. Yeah, don't care about this match. We got new tag team ROH champions between Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes, which he's a 6-man champion, which I'm trying to figure out why is he tagging with Sammy Guevara. Anyway, okay. Don't care about that match. Hologram versus El Genico, whatever his name is. Yeah, I don't care about this match either. Jack Perry.
You just didn't care about Collision now that you're saying a lot of these matches you don't care.
Jack Perry had a.
I'm just pointing that out there.
Jack Perry and did you watch? Well, it's funny coming from a person who didn't sit up here and watch Collision last night. Did you watch all the highlights from all those matches?
I actually did.
So why you didn't watch the show?
No, because I can give you a perfect reason why. Niggas was sleep.
You couldn't DVR and record it?
I could.
Why didn't you?
YouTube. They already have it right there for me.
So you're getting a bite-sized version while people actually had to sit there and watch the entire thing. Like I said, didn't care for those matches too much. Jack Perry.
If you didn't care about the matches, what did you watch?
Oh, I was glancing. I watched it. I had it on, and I was doing other things. See, I can multitask. Anyway, like I was saying, Jack Perry.
You sure about that?
Jack Perry. Had
Okay,
a
yeah, I'm
match,
just fucking with you. Jack Perry had a match,
and he showed off his new crispy burnt ass TNT championship.
Ah, yes, yes.
I don't know, what is he supposed to be, the king of hardcore right now? Because that's what the fuck he's leaning into.
Yeah, I think it's more King of Jackasses.
Okay, I don't know. The man wanted to, he was willing to get set on fire. Man took a devastating hair shot to the head. He wanted to use real glass at All In last year, which culminated a fight between him and CM Punk, which led into a whole problem with that. I don't know what's up with this dude. Like, he's trying to be the king of hardcore or something. I don't know. I say, what, you gotta feel you got a boner for fucking death matches or some shit? Like, come on. I don't know. Leo Rush and fucking Claudio. Yeah, this didn't make sense. And then Leo Rush match. Just, I don't know what they doing with this dude. Why is he here? I thought he wanted to. No, but see, I thought you called out AEW for certain things, and then you left, and then now you come back. I'm like, what's up with you, bro? Because now you just starting to look like a problem entirely. Like, everything that everybody said about you that you try to fight against is starting to look like it wasn't them. It was more like you. So that's what it's starting to look like to me. Match was decent. Claudio does what Claudio does. I'm looking forward to that Continental Championship match between him and Okada. Sucks it's not going to be at All In. So that's fucking trash. Tony Storm got a nice little promo in the mix of Mariah May's match, which was fucking hilarious. This character, I swear, she has made this character a fucking star. Like, this fucking Tony Storm, bruh.
I've been telling you from the beginning.
But I knew it from the start. She morphed into this character, bro. I was like, oh, this is going to be great.
You ain't like this bitch.
No,
I didn't like her gimmick.
No, that's a lie. I didn't like her earlier gimmick when she came in, because they weren't doing nothing with her. When she started,
I'm talking about with this one.
No,
I remember clearly.
No,
hold on.
Go ahead.
I remember clearly when we talked about her. I remember I'm like, yo, I think she's funny. She's like stupid funny with this. And you were at first, I don't like it, or I don't get it, or I think it's completely stupid, but not in a good stupid way. At first.
No, I didn't.
Now I personally feel like this character grew on you, and then you're going to say whatever you're going to say.
No, I didn't say that. I said that I love the fact that she's gonna morph into that character, because I saw it when she was doing the shit during the Outcast. Her gimmick in the Outcast was dumb. Her gimmick in morphing into that was going to be fun. It just took a little time because her promos was cutting a little weird, and this, that, and the third. She didn't have like a full-fledged catchphrase or anything like she has now, but it took some time. But I always was behind the character being what it was. The question is, if her contract is up, can WWE adopt this same character and do justice with this character in WWE?
They will try. Because remember, best example will be Matt Hardy when he was broken. When he went to fucking WWE,
hold on,
instead of broken, they were woken.
That's two different.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. If WWE did that, if WWE do that, they might give her the same gimmick, but just a slightly different name. Because we all know, I don't give a fuck if it is Triple H that's running WWE.
Okay.
WWE always had this motto where if they created it, they own it. If they don't create it, they're gonna create something to be like, we own it. They always have to have that we own it type shit. Am I right?
I wanna disagree with you on that, but it is true. They do have this fucking ego problem. Like, if they don't fucking create it, they don't want to fucking push it. So,
I mean, the few lucky ones would be AJ Styles.
That's because he brought his own brand to fucking WWE.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying.
And
like,
Cody
it's his
Rhodes,
own brand.
and Cody
Cody
Rhodes.
Rhodes did the same shit. So it's very rare that a person can stick with their gimmicks and still make it work. Versus try to slightly do this just so we can say it is all well.
But my question is, you eyeball this fucking gimmick for so long. Why not use it? That's what my question is. Like, if you gonna eyeball this shit and you going like, okay, we watching these characters. Oh, we watching people in AEW that you claim that you do not do, but you do on the side, that you watch AEW and you watch Dynamite, you watch Collision, you watch these talent, and then when their contract is up, you're starting to, swing them over to fucking WWE's, like the Lucha Brothers. You're gonna swing them over to the WWE. Now, I hope WWE do those guys justice. Really do. Please do not put them in the LWO. Please do
they're
not.
going to the LWO. You know for a fact. I do. As a Latino myself, I unfortunately just have to say, for real, they are a great pair, great wrestlers. They're going to LWO.
Do not make them have a feud with well, they're not on the same brand, so I don't think they would have a feud. But
you never know.
If they could put it on the same brand, don't make them have a feud with the Escobar clan, Santos Escobar.
Dude, they're gonna go. It's like this. Oh, we hired some Latinos. We already got the perfect story for you. Go fight those Latinos. Like the fuck.
Oh my
Hold on,
God.
real quick. Hold on. I just want to make
God,
a quick
thank God it's not
interjection on
2005.
that. Hold on, nah. I just want to make a quick interjection, real quick. So, do you want to know what the most racist angle the WWE's ever done?
Vince McMahon saying nigga.
No.
Vince McMahon making 3 Latinos ride a fucking lawnmower to the goddamn stage.
Bro.
No,
Thomas.
No. Time out. Wait, before we do that. Wait. Let me get it out.
That was by far the most. Bro, no. It wasn't even the fact that they came out on lawnmowers. Listen to the intro. Listen to their theme song. What is the first thing you hear on the intro?
A fucking lawnmower turning on.
Lawnmower is firing up. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
Well, wait. Are we going to ignore the what was it? The Funaki and the what was that other motherfucker? Yeah, that other nigga that they were in the bathroom ready to cut off somebody's fucking dick. We going to ignore Vince McMahon.
Racist. That was just historically accurate.
So we're going to ignore that Vince McMahon says the N word like it was all good in the hood on television.
It wasn't racist though. That's just Vince being Vince.
Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I really do, but he's right. That's a Vince being Vince.
That's literally.
I really hate to say it. Yeah.
Vince does things to push an envelope because he thinks that it's cool to do. And notice who he said it to. It wasn't a group of black wrestlers. He said it to the one guy that thinks he was actually black, John Cena. So he was more so taking a shot at John more than he was trying to be racist. He was like, "That's good. Right there you go." And I was like, John ain't black. And then I kind of picked up on it later on, like, no, he was trying to say, John, you always trying to act black. You're the only person I can say this to and not get my ass.
I mean, but like, if we're gonna do that, I mean, he's degraded countless
Mexicools.
Women, all that. Come on, man.
But it's Vince, so we don't expect anything highly of him.
Anyway, like I said, if the Lucha Bros go to WWE, make them what AEW has done for them. But I have a highly suspicious they're not gonna be nothing but LWO. The only thing that Penta is gonna really look at and be like, okay, he gets to say his catchphrase in a bigger audience and everybody gets to love it. And then they probably gonna bar fucking Ray Phoenix because he works stiff as shit, because everybody in AEW said he is stiff as hell. So that as soon as he wrestles somebody in WWE and they go up to the higher
but you already see it. You already see it though. Ray Phoenix versus Rey Mysterio. That's gonna be the match that people are gonna want to watch. You could say nah, but you know it's true.
they're not gonna do that. They're gonna put
You
him in
don't
the
think so?
faction.
Why?
They're gonna put him in the faction.
But you don't see a Rey Mysterio versus Rey Finn.
Yeah, I can see that as a dream match. Is WWE gonna pull that shit off? No.
You don't think so?
No.
I think so.
They
But
don't
this
pull
is
that.
why. This is why, bro. I personally feel like it could happen. I personally feel like that it could be a great match. I also personally believe that, you know, it could be what you call it? A steel show or a show stealing match.
And then like the
But,
report.
but this is where we're at now, because these are just theories, and I'm just disclaiming about it. So
But and then at the point of that particular process, like what is it? You got them doing like just like they going straight to the main roster. So it's like there's no clue, there's no question that they're gonna be a part of either LWO or not. They're going to go a part of that faction. They're not gonna come out and stand on their own. And if they do come out and stand on their own, it ain't too long before Rey Mysterio starts showing up. It ain't too long before Zelina Vega starts showing up. Like, come on, it's gonna happen. So it's like, I feel like if like any wrestler from AEW is going to WWE, I feel like they would have a small chance. Like Toni Storm, she goes to WWE. I feel like the gimmick could work if WWE allowed it to work. Someone like the House of Black. If that gimmick went to WWE, it would pick up from what Malachi Black's character was in WWE. It would just reintroduce Buddy Murphy's character or Buddy Matthews' character, and it would introduce Brody King and the House of Black. But then it's not gonna last long because WWE don't do trios matches like AEW. So main event time, FTR versus The Acclaim, which was a great fucking match. It ended in a draw, and it turned into a fucking scuffle match right after the draw happened. And from the reports in the back, and this was the way they did this was so fucking weird. They didn't even get Tony Schiavone to get on the mic to stop them from fucking brawling. He could have got on the mic and they'd be like, I have an announcement, like he normally would do. I have an announcement. So, since this match is a draw, FTR versus and The Acclaim will be a part of a triple threat match for, yada yada yada. He could have did that, but he didn't do that. He just said it to the people at home, and meanwhile these motherfuckers was all brawling in the goddamn ring. So, Collision was okay. Lot of filler matches and really a whole lot of nothing. And Eddie Kingston, his promo, I guess his promo is supposed to light a fire in Bryan Danielson, but I really don't know what that's gonna do. All I know is we're gonna see these matches, and we're gonna see who's gonna come out as we're gonna get a new AEW World Champion, or are we gonna get the same champion retain his title. And all right, so now we can get into the all-in match cards. Y'all ready for the match cards?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got the 0 hour. Keep in mind these shits can subject to change, so there are probably gonna have some more matches on that fucking 0 hour, so we don't know. But from what we got announced is gonna be Will Nightingale and Tomo Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. I'm going with Will Nightingale and Ishii because Stokely Hathaway look like he gonna get his ass kicked. So that's the 0 hour. It could be some more matches that's gonna come up on that card. We don't know. So I don't know. Out of these matches, I do not know what's gonna be the opener for. So we're just gonna go in from what we got here. The Casino Gauntlet match. So starting with Orange Cassidy, and the winner gets a future AEW World Champion match.
Did he announce who he's facing yet?
Winner gets a
Yeah, they just get a future AEW World Championship match, but I don't think he has opponents yet.
No, Orange Cassidy is coming in at number 1. He will start off the gauntlet match. Roderick Strong.
It's a gauntlet. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
So Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, those are the two that I know that are in that gauntlet match. I think there's a couple of other more wrestlers that I presumably know. Then there's supposed to be some rumors of wrestlers that are signing with AEW, so they could show up in that gauntlet match. So we shall see. I'm trying to figure.
Hangman.
No. I don't know. I don't think he was announced for that gauntlet match. I don't know.
I know, but he used to pop up in it, and the only reason why I say it's him because, I mean, who else wants to see another Swerve versus Hangman and Page?
I know I do, but I don't even know if Swerve Strickland is gonna walk away with that title at all. And so,
but you already know it's not. At least for them two, between them two, especially for Hangman, not about the title.
I know that. I get that, but I'm just like, I don't know if he's gonna walk away from the title with that. So I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. My thoughts is on Brian Danielson winning the championship, because his career is not gonna just come to a screeching halt at All In. He's not gonna stop wrestling at all.
Yeah, I don't know that, but remember, he did say this is his last year being full time.
Yeah, I think he's gonna
he don't go on his Brock Lesnar. He only gonna come around for the big matches.
I think what he's gonna end up doing though, but I don't think he's gonna stop wrestling. I think what he's gonna end up doing is either he wins the title, and if he can't compete wrestling, he'll just take off, and then that, or he'll just wrestle he'll do like the John Cena shit, just wrestle throughout the rest of the year, and then at Wrestle Dream he's done, he'll pack it up, and then that's it. That's what I feel like he's gonna do. But before we get to that, so you're predicting that what's the name might win. So I guess I can go with that too. Hangman Adam Page is gonna win that gauntlet match. I'm just mad because of the fact that we're getting another number 1 contender champion, and we don't know when they're gonna get their title shot.
Probably
because because Darby Allin has a number 1 contender shot for an AEW world title.
Is he? I thought he had it for TNT.
No, he has it for the AEW. He has a future AEW World Championship match due to the fact that he won a match beforehand. This is the shit I be talking about. AEW with this fucking giving niggas title opportunities when you forget that niggas already had title opportunities. I'm like, what is going on with this? Anyway, AEW World Tag Team Champion match. It's gonna be a triple threat: Young Bucks, FTR, and the Acclaim. My money is on FTR.
You sound questionable about it.
Because I feel like the Young Bucks is gonna keep their title.
Yeah, I'm going with the Young Bucks. I don't know why you picking Cash Wheeler and Dax or not.
I want FTR to win, but
hey, nah, bro.
I think it'll also be the Young Bucks, but I'll lean more with the Acclaim because they just been in this type of feud for a while, and so it's like it doesn't hurt for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say they might sneak in there too.
Right, but overall, I still will lean for the Young Bucks to win, just cause. But if I had the second choice, it'll automatically go to the Acclaim because FTR really haven't been doing shit.
No, FTR has like a start-stop push. So they started out wrestling against Claudio and Willa Yuta when Willa Yuta came back, and they had like a match. And then they were supposed to take TV time off. because Cash had like a big ass, not Cash, Dax had a big ass bump on his back. So I thought they were going to take TV time off so they can rest up and come back. So then they just show back up on a collision match one week, and then they just get back into the feud of wrestling, and I'm like, okay. So I don't know, but I'm hoping I want FTR to win or the Acclaim, but I have a funny feeling the Young Bucks is going to retain them titles. So, but it's going to be a good match. The FTW Championship, last chance FTW rules. Basically, Hook is the last chance to win that title from Chris Jericho. As long as Chris Jericho is champion. So, I'm gonna go ahead and say I really don't give a fuck about this match, bro.
You gotta choose.
I really don't give a fuck about this match, man.
You gotta choose.
I'm gonna go with Hook, but I really could give two fucking shits about this match, bro. Like, the story has been really fucking shitty. After he blinded Hook, he took out Shibata, and then he ran fucking Samoa Joe through a wall. With that faction coming together, I thought that would be a great faction because they are just like dominant badasses and they were gonna kick ass and whatnot. And then this Jericho learning tree shit. At first, it was all right until I saw Brian Keith and his fucking character in that shit sounds very stupid. The way they made him, I'm like, this is dumb. This is dumb. And it is worse because you know what's getting on my nerves about Chris Jericho? He don't elevate nobody.
Nope.
He really don't. Every time niggas is a faction with him, he does not elevate not one person. He might elevate a person that he's wrestling against, but why do you have niggas as in a faction? Now I see why Sammy Guevara didn't want to come back or work with Chris Jericho no more, because he's going to be stuck in that same fucking loop. So, but I don't know, because you looking like you in a shitty shitter right now. So I don't know how that's going to work out. But like I said, I'm going for Hook. Who y'all going for?
I'm going with Hook. Yeah, I'm going with Hook.
All right.
Just because it just makes more sense, even if the storylines haven't been great, it just makes sense. And I personally feel like there could be a interference by Hook's daddy, and then
the TNT Championship in a coffin match: Jack Perry versus Darby Allin. I'm gonna say Darby Allin's gonna. No, I'm gonna say Jack Perry's gonna retain his title. He's gonna retain it. I'm gonna go with Jack Perry, but I want to know what he's going to do to presume himself to use something real to get over this hardcore gimmick that he's trying to do. So I'm trying to figure out what he's going to use.
He's gonna go ahead and use real glass. If not, cry him a river.
What about a real coffin that really hurts?
Oh, we're gonna see that.
Better.
We will see that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Not no wood shit. Or maybe a coffin with some barbed wire on the front, or a coffin with some fucking spikes. I just want to see how far these two men can go.
It's not like you just want to see a bloody match.
Like Dudley.
It's going to go there. That's the problem. It's Darby Allin and it's Jack Perry at this point. Jack Perry and his obsession with hardcoreism. I don't know
and
what
it's a coffin match, so basically somebody got to die.
We already know how far Darby Allin's willing to go. I'm trying to figure out how far Jack Perry's willing to go. And it seems like he's willing to go the same length as Darby Allin. So somebody's going to walk out on a fucking stretcher tonight.
And aren't you not excited?
I am.
Okay then.
It's gonna look something crazy. Uh, um,
But yeah, for that one, I personally feel like it'll be Jack Perry.
yeah, it kind of pushes his gimmick a little bit further. So,
Yeah, that's
What
the
about you,
crack talking.
Cadonis?
I'm going with Darby.
but Darby gets an AEW World Title shot.
Don't even matter.
All right.
I'm gonna just chalk this up to bad writing. Bad writing got to come somewhere. It has to be that one match that don't make no sense with the results. It's gonna be this one.
Okay. AEW TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Britt Baker.
Bro,
DMD.
Mercedes, bro. Mercedes. Bro.
Yeah, I see Mercedes Moné. I feel bad for Britt Baker coming back and then she just getting fed to a new wrestler, bro. It's like the new hot
not
shit.
even that. A new wrestler that has creative control to a certain degree, so she can agree or not agree to whoever she wants.
Nah, I don't think I don't think that's the case. I think the issue is the whole backstage thing that she had with MJF. So I think beforehand that occurred, I think she might had a chance to win a championship. Now, since that incident has happened, I think she's not winning that title. So, but they might push the storyline a little bit further. And might if I see something into a fact that they're gonna bring somebody like a Jamie Hayter or some shit, then I can see how that's gonna go. But yeah, Mercedes Moné is gonna win. That's who I'm going with. I think. Well, who you going with, Ace?
I believe, unfortunately, with all the other circumstances that been going on backstage, I'm gonna go with the CEO, Money Moné.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she disrespected. What's his name? Britt Baker disrespected the God's girl, and that's just a no-no. And so that's why I feel like that's honestly the way that they're gonna go anyway. Because if there was no problem with it, I think I would lean more with Britt Baker. But I can still see Britt Baker win for a surprise return at All In, which would be Jamie Hayter.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I can see her win. But if there's not that, then CEO is winning this shit. Probably over some bullshit, but she's gonna retain the title.
Now we have what? No, he already said it. He said
I already said Mercedes. Yeah.
Okay.
So now we have the newly crowned, newly reformed international champion to the AEW American Championship.
There we go.
MJF versus Will Ospreay.
Should I take this one first?
Go ahead.
MJF all day. He's gonna win that shit. Even though in reality, Ospreay's gonna win it. But fuck that motherfucker. It's MJF all day.
I'm going to Will Ospreay, but I feel like MJF could walk away with that title just for Will Ospreay to get a AEW World Title shot later on down the road. So I feel like that would make a lot more sense for him. I think MJF could. I think MJF might retain the title, so Will Ospreay can be a world champion later on down the road. I'm gonna say this. I don't give a fuck about none of this. Bring back Kenny Omega. I want to see my Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega too. Give me that. That match was that was god tier level.
That would be great. But I understand the situation that he's in. Fully understand.
No, fuck that. I need.
Fuck you. You don't know what the fuck it is. No. I'm gonna defend this motherfucker. Ever since I got the understanding and full treatment of fucking diverticulitis, and then he said that he got that shit, I understood his pain.
No,
I understood. No. Shut up, goddammit. I understood his struggle. I understood that trouble that man has been in.
So
I would love for him to work, for him to come back and wrestle Will Ospreay, Give me a part 2 for that. Give me a part 2 or 3 of Daniel Bryan. Give me a part 2 or 3 of MJF versus Kenny Omega. But rest up easy. Don't even worry about these motherfuckers and get your health up, because diverticulitis is no joke. It's not a fucking game. I don't give a fuck if your dream is, oh, I want him to wrestle. Fuck your dream. He needs to get healthy first.
Are you saying that due to the fact that MJF is champion, you just want him to stay champion, or are you saying that because you had it yourself?
I had it myself, and it sucked extremely fucking balls, because literally almost killed me. Literally almost killed me. So I understand it almost literally killed him.
So,
and then also because I still want MJF to keep his belt. But
so what if I told you he came back?
And you see what the fuck happened? He came back, got hit in the stomach, and he went right back off. This shit ain't no joke. It's no joke.
Anyway,
it's no joke. I'm telling you this.
I want Kenny Omega to come back. I want my Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega part 2, but
that'll be next year.
I will have to settle for the MJF and Will Ospreay, even though
what's wrong? Whoa! What is wrong with that?
I don't have an issue with MJF. He can wrestle. He just chose not to wrestle most of the time. He chose to be gimmicky first, but we'll see.
It worked out for him very well. It worked for him very well.
It works out for him at this particular point. Once you get 30, you should do that in your 30s. In your 20s, you should be, crash and burning. But that's my choice.
Why?
That's my choice. That's my perfection. You know what I'm saying? When you're wrestling the next to a man who's pretty much on the same level as Kenny Omega, it's like, but they put on a great match, so we'll see what they're gonna do. We'll see what they do. It's not gonna be long though. It's not gonna be like what it was on Dynamite. But yeah, we'll see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, instead of 1 minute and 49 seconds that took MJF to beat him, it'll just be 1 minute and 20.
Yeah, and it doesn't take away from a lot of people on TV time. So
exactly. So he'll be good. Plus, MJF deserves all the TV time.
Anyway, moving on. The AEW Women's World Champion, Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm versus the Glamour, Mariah May.
Tony cheat game Storm. Ain't nothing else to even talk about.
I'm not gonna lie, I think Mariah May actually is gonna win this.
No.
Oh yeah, I hope she wins it, honestly.
I'm trying to figure out why, because her character hasn't really resonate too much. But then I'm thinking, like, why did they sign her in the first place? Because I don't know, but I guess because she's like really great in the indies. I don't know. I gotta.
She is a very, very, very great wrestler.
Okay,
that's why.
So that's probably they're gonna give her the title. I kind of wanted Jamie Hayter to be at this point at All In, but
she'll pop up during the Britt Baker. I'll tell you that.
But that was the plan. They said they were gonna do this. They were gonna do the Toni Storm and the Mariah May, and that was gonna come down to it. Besides, this storyline has been great since she turned on Toni Storm. So I'm so glad that timeless Toni Storm to stop looking like a fucking swan and starting looking like timeless Toni Storm, because she looked mad ugly. That slick back hair and that long ass eyebrow, bro. This shit looks crazy. You look crazy, bro.
I think that was the gimmick. That's what she was going for, bro.
I know, but she looked mad crazy with that shit. I was like, man, go back to being fucking Marilyn Monroe, please. So
it's working though.
Yeah, it is. It's good. But what they're gonna do with that character after she loses the title?
Okay, so my prediction would be, once Toni loses, she deserved to give her little break, her little month or two break.
But are you gonna willingly go on a break? Are you gonna willingly leave because you've been doing so great with that character?
It just depends. It depends on how the match goes. If Mariah beats the living bricks off of Toni, that's a great way to kind of get her off screen for a little bit, to recuperate, and then just boom, like come back with a big ass pop. Because Mariah, let's just say hypothetically she wins, she's gonna be thinking she's the hot shit. She's gonna be thinking she's that bitch. I said it to day one when that happened. I said, what? She's gonna be that bitch. And so far, it's fulfilling what I'm saying. She's been, as of lately, being that bitch. Once she wins, hopefully she wins, it's just gonna build that ego so much that when she is like top dog woman in the women division, the moment that she feels like, man, she might be unstoppable, boom, Tony Storm comes back and redemption story.
Okay.
It's very
It's
typical,
typical.
but it always works, does it not?
It does in certain instances when it's not attached to a whole fucking story and it's like dragged out for like a year and some change. Anyway, I don't want to get into it, but it works most of the time. I'm just complaining about WWE and the Bloodline storyline anyway. Before we get to the main event, everybody said Mariah May. Mariah May. I know you said Tony Storm, Condonis, and I said Mariah May. Ace says Mariah May. So we all say mostly Mariah May is going to end up winning the title.
Sadly.
All right. So before we get to the main event, we have two. I know one is supposed to be confirmed. One is confirmed, but we have two potential matches that might show up on on this show. So earlier on Collision, they mentioned that no, I think it was Collision or Dynamite, one of those two. They said that the trios tag team match, it's gonna be a 4-way between the Patriarchy, the House of Black, and the Bang Bang Gang, and a fourth team that would be named between next week's Dynamite and the Go Home show from Dynamite and the Go Home show from Collision. So where that would fit on the show, I don't know. It might be one of those matches that's going to be on the 0 hour, which is sad because I'd rather it be on the main roster, but it is what it is. The other match that could potentially show up on that card could be Heyman Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett.
That's all out. I'm telling you.
That could show up on that card as well. So I don't know. A lot of these matches look like they're showing up on the card. I feel like if they don't make it on the card, most of it would be saved for All Out. So need I say less? The last match of the night. AEW World Champion versus the Career. Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson. Title versus Career. Winner wins. Will we crown a new champion, or will we crown the end of an era of a wrestling career? So my thing is I'm gonna go with Bryan Danielson because I don't think he's gonna I don't think he's gonna retire at All In. I think he's gonna hold on to that title for a little bit long. Look, listen, they're not gonna make Swerve Strickland hold that title past MJF. No matter how many opponents that they throw at him, he's not gonna hold that title past MJF. He's going to drop that title somehow. So it's either gonna be Bryan Danielson or it's gonna be Will Ospreay. One of them two niggas is he's gonna lose the title to, and it's gonna be before. It's gonna be before he wins. Before the title that he holds. He's not gonna hold it for a year. So. So yeah, Bryan Danielson. I'm going for. I'm guessing Condonis, you going for Swerve Strickland. So yes, that leaves to you, my friend, who you are choosing, Ace.
That's a tough one. It's a very tough one. But unfortunately, I might have to go with Strickland. I kind of don't want to. I really don't want to. I would like Daniel Bryan to get it. To finally get his world title shot or his world belt. Just any fucking belt. But from everything that's been happening, just honestly, if I could put a percentage, 2%, it's just a bit above for the winner of my choice, Swerve Strickland.
Right.
About right.
Well, there goes the match prediction cards. These are predictions that will go. Like I said, this card can subject to change because we still got go home shows for All In. We still got definitely go home shows for the Bash Berlin. So we got 2 weeks of those. So those match cards can definitely change. But I know in WWE is gonna probably just like make it like 4 to 5 matches, maybe like 6 matches, 6-match card, and maybe 1 match on a pre-show. AEW on the hand, from what it looks like, since they got All Out coming out, they're probably not gonna try to stretch this match card a little bit longer. So they might add in that trios match. If not, they'll probably save it for All Out. So, all right, I guess that's all the predictions that we got going on for this. So, how much time we got left? We still got enough time. I guess we can end it there because I don't want to do a 4-hour podcast. All right, so anybody got any closing statements?
Cody Rhodes is trash.
Can't not disagree on that.
Cody Rhodes is trash.
All I can say is need GTA 6.
Yeah.
And of course, as always, peace, love, and positivity.
Not gonna lie, man. It's a tough week to get back to back. And then we got another long one for these reviews. But hopefully we can get through it and we get done. So yeah, I really ain't got no closing statements. But yeah. Like I said, like Adonis says, Cody Rhodes' ass at this point.
There you go, bro. There you go.
I can't do nothing with him. He is fucking ass, bro. Do something with that fucking character, please.
Do something with that fucking lips.
They can't do that. That's genetics, my nigga. That ain't gonna change. His
Man,
daddy had a
go
list.
ahead and have it.
His daddy had a
What do you
list.
want to talk about?
What you want to talk about? My nigga, talk about how you can have a full conversation with Mike Tyson. Press me with that.
Talk about how you cannot be fucking John Cena 2.0, because that's what the fuck you are right now.
Trying to.
Young John.
Shit, better turn into that Homelander.
You know, McChain with a lock, bro. Bro, that's what I was saying, bro. He needs to go Homelander.
Turn into that Homelander character. That'll give a real edge into it. But anyway.
I think he will.
Anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one. We up out of here. Peace. Tired of talking y'all motherfuckers.
Peace.
Peace.